from North Allegheny High School in Newman Stadium. It's a 6A clash between the North Allegheny Tigers, 8-1 on the season, and the visiting Seneca Valley Raiders, 6-3. Good evening, said Cody, along with the Tiger Albert Campman, to bring you this hard-fought battle between these neighborhood rivals. And Albert, this situation has changed dramatically. Last week, had Seneca Valley won, they'd be playing here tonight for a conference championship, but they lost 28-25 to Central Catholic on that kickoff return, in which the first kick went out of bounds, and Terry Toten said he declined the penalty, make him kick it again, and it was returned 88 yards for a touchdown. So now you look at the standings here, it's just crazy the way it is. You have NA 8-1, 3-0, Central Catholic 5-4, 2-2. Seneca Valley 6-3, 1-2. Canon-Mac 5-4, 1-2. Mount Lebanon 4-5, 1-2. So Seneca Valley, if they beat NA, they're in the playoffs, and they'll meet them again next week. Yeah. And then if they really don't need any help between Canon-Mac and Mount Lebanon, but if they lose, they would need Mount Lebanon to beat Canon-Mac, since they already lost to Canon-Mac but beat Mount Lebanon.
Well, Eddie, the more you talk, the more confused you got. But I'm
confused myself.
But I do know this, that Seneca Valley holds the cards in their own hands, which I really like. They don't have to depend on anybody else. They win this game, they're in. And NA, in a rivalry game like this, the kids have probably been talking all week. We get a chance to knock Seneca Valley out. Let's get it done. Big game. You can tell by the crowd coming in that these two teams know each other well, and the two communities know each other well.
Well, the last time we were here, it was a playoff game, semifinal game, and Seneca Valley took it to North Allegheny, beating them 31-16, one of the best games they've ever played in their school history. Went on to play the championship game against Pine Ridge, and unfortunately they ran into Phil Jakovic. Played them tough, but Pine pulled away in the second half to win the WPL championship. But Albert, let's look at some comparative scores. I know sometimes they don't mean anything. Seneca Valley beat Pine Ridge in the game we did 13-3. They held Pine to a -3 yards rushing. Since then, Pine's won 5 in a row. North Allegheny lost to Pine Richland 28-17. Pine ran all over North Allegheny. North Allegheny beat Central Catholic 7-3. Seneca Valley lost to them last week 28-25. NA beat Canon-Mac 35-21. Canon-Mac beat Seneca Valley 33-21. You pull anything away from those scores?
Yeah, the one thing I pull out of those scores is Seneca Valley would like to have the Canon-Mac game back.
Absolutely.
Other than that, this year is one like it should be. These are two good teams, 8-1 and 6-3. If you come into the season, that's about where I'd have them. Seneca Valley is dangerous because they throw the ball so well. NA's more balanced, and I think balance ends up winning more games. The conference is NA, Central, and Seneca Valley to me. Even though they lost to Canton-Mac, if North Allegheny had their once, they'll want to play Canton-Mac instead of Seneca Valley next week.
And look at the tell of the tape, how close these two teams are. NA offensively, they average 28.9 points a game. Seneca Valley averages 28.4. Defensively, NA gives up 11 points a game. Seneca Valley 16.4 points a game. Offensive lines, Seneca Valley's offensive line average 6'2", 264. NA's offensive line averages 6'2.5", 261. And let's go to the offensive leaders. We've seen Graham Hancock's before. We've seen him. This will be the third time in the last 2 years. He's thrown for 1,870 yards and 8 touchdowns. And the big thing, he's only thrown 6 picks. And Wyatt Craver, their tough running back, 537 yards rushing, 5 TDs. And the dangerous guy is Kai West. He has so much speed. He's probably the fastest kid on the field tonight, and he averages 9 yards a carry, 33 attempts for 306 yards. He's your game breaker. And then the trio of wide receivers that Seneca Valley has, led by Luke Lawson with 50 catches, 10 touchdowns, 795 yards. Amari Hansen's caught 29 passes for close to 300 yards. Jackson Wetzel, 25 for 400 yards and 4 TDs. They are very spread out and balanced offensively.
Yeah, when you look at the offenses, you'll recognize that they don't turn the ball over a lot. They both protect the football. I truly believe that if Seneca Valley is going to win this game, they're going to win it by playing better defense.
And running the ball a little more.
Yes, and the defense will go hand in hand with that. NA is the complete team with regards to defending the pass and the run and being balanced on offense. So I give the edge to NA because of their balance, but if Hancock gets hot tonight and Lawson's running free in the secondary, Seneca Valley can pull the upset.
And then let's look at North Allegheny stats. Their quarterback, Logan Kushner, has thrown for 1,012 yards, 12 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He's completed 57% of his passes. He has been banged up a little bit, and if they go to their other backup, Lyon, who comes in, who's also a wide receiver, and Evan Lyon as a defensive back also. But if they put him in a quarterback, they're going to run a Wildcat.
Yeah, and both of them are successful. Coach Walker has run both offenses successfully in his tenure here. He knows both the passing game and the Wildcat running game. NA, when they're winning games, they get turnovers on defense, short fields on offense, and they score touchdowns in the red zone.
And one of the running backs they need, he's been banged up a little bit. He should be ready tonight. Andrew Gavlik, 589 yards rushing, 5.6 average. Excuse me. And Tyree Alo, 264 yards. And then this kid, all-around player, Kyron Boyd, he's caught 32 passes for 490 yards, 4 touchdowns, but he's also rushed for 217 yards and 3 TDs. And Anthony Barlotta, their other wide receivers, caught 18 for 211. So they got some weapons too.
Yeah, I repeat myself for the third time, you'll notice NA's balance. You can't key on one guy. You have to cover the whole field. You have to cover the 53 years width. NA will throw it deep off play action. Seneca Valley really, they're hoping their running game comes alive tonight, Eddie. They throw the ball so well.
But the coach will look at the films, and Coach Walker's going to see that they lost to Franklin Regional when the Franklin Regional quarterback, even though Seneca sacked him 7 times, he pilfered their secondary for 360 yards passing. On the other hand, if you're Ron Butchley of Seneca Valley, you look at NA's game against Pine Richland where they get gashed for almost 300 yards rushing. So you got to look there and say, can we duplicate some of these things that take advantage of what those teams did?
One thing, when you get in week 9, you try to do what you do best. I'm hoping Seneca Valley can run the ball better. But if they're going to win this game, they're going to come out heaving it. They're going to come out throwing it.
We're all set to go here. The North Allegheny Tigers in their home uniforms, black and gold. And the Seneca Valley Raiders down on the field with their white shirts and black pants and blue trim. Beautiful stadium here, Newman Stadium on the campus of North Allegheny, one of the great venues for high school football.
Yeah, when you get to 6A football, that's the word you use, campus. You don't use it very often in single A.
And as always, we thank Athletic Director Bob Bazzuto for always taking care of us, providing us with all the facilities here. And here we go. We're set to go. Here's the kickoff. Taken at the 14-yard line. And that looks like Evan Lyon on the return.
Number 19, Evan Lyon on the return.
And he takes it from the 14 out to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10, North Allegheny.
Well, it looks like number 7 for North Allegheny is healthy enough to get out there tonight, so that's good. Now Logan Kushner's ready to roll. He's taking the first snap.
Tigers take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Well, make it at the 34. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Trip set to the left, split right. Logan Kushner, the quarterback. Trying to see if he has Gavlik. It is Andrew Gavlik in at running back, number 3. And Kushner's going to fake to him, roll to his left, fires downfield, has a man open, complete.
Logan Kushner's pass complete to number 4, Tyron.
That was a game of cat and mouse. Seneca Valley showed the defense, and they changed the play. Seneca Valley changed the defense. Kushner did a great job of getting out of the pocket. Great protection by the offensive line.
Complete to Kyron Boyd. The ball moved up to the 48-yard line. Pick up a 14. Seneca Valley with a solid front 4. Motion left, goes to tight end. Now he sets up on the left side. That's Daniel Sellers. And there's that stout
Number 3,
Seneca Valley defense.
All the window dressing before the game, before the snap, is just to see where the defense is lining up.
Second down and 10.
One thing Seneca Valley did not do, they did not go for the counter play,
Yeah.
the basic counter play that NA likes to run with pull in their backside, guard and tackle, and sometimes tight end.
A Navy recruit, Aiden Leitchik, on that tackle, 6'4", 230-pound senior. Brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Tigers at their own 48. Double slot formation. Raiders showing blitz. Boyd comes in motion. Kushner runs a fire out here, complete at the 47 of Seneca Valley.
Nice coverage by
They roll it incomplete.
Incomplete.
He didn't hold on to it. 3rd and 10.
Went out. Jaden Price had good coverage on the stop pattern.
That's a key, Albert, up front. That front four of Seneca Valley season, great size and athleticism. They're tough to handle.
We're going to see if they get a pass rush here.
Kushner back to throw. Here comes the pressure. Being pursued. Finds his man open downfield. He's going to have a first down inside the Seneca Valley 40 and down to the Seneca Valley 38-yard line.
There's a flag down there. Usually it's in a place where holding takes place.
Back at the 44-yard line.
They're talking it over now. I look for holding. Let's see if they got that. Yes, they did.
10-yard penalty will make it now 3rd and 20.
That is one of the toughest plays to make for an offensive tackle when you're pushing your guy to the outside. The quarterback breaks containment, runs left. You feel the defensive guy moving, and your hands automatically move. Tough call.
And those ends, Aiden Leitchik and Ryan Oach, and those tackles are very aggressive. Lucas Lambert, Devin Webb, and Logan Armstrong. Here's Kushner back to throw, looking. Has a lot of good protection, fires. As the man opens it, caught.
Yes.
It is not enough for the first down at the 41-yard line of Seneca Valley.
Rourke Kennedy made the catch, but it's not close. See if they try to draw him offside.
It'd be a
here,
4th and 5, I'm going to say, or 6.
No, there's punting it straight out.
4th and 5, I believe.
I always believe in 4th and 5 or less to try to draw them offside, try to get a first down. Boy, the time protection was magnificent on that one, Eddie.
Yes, and nice job by Kushner moving around. Kai West deep. This guy has speed, Albert. It's a high boot. And West will take the fair catch. He fumbles it at the 15, but I think Seneca Valley recovered. Rourke
Yes,
Kennedy had a great punt there for North Allegheny.
Yeah,
Put
what
that
it
one
was is
up.
great hang time.
Yes.
You put the ball high in the air inside the 20. That's a great punt.
So fortunately for the Raiders, they recover. They will have 1st and 10. They spot the football at their own 17 or 16-yard line.
17, Eddie.
At the 17.
1st and 10 for the Raiders on their own 17-yard line.
Graham Hancock's. Now a lot of shifting. Now they go to an I formation. Haven't seen that. There's a handoff straight ahead and a huge hole off the right side and breaking free with the big gain out across the.
Wayne Pert.
Wow, there's a change.
Like you said, Eddie, they saw the film of
Pine Richland.
come back to the same play, Eddie.
Same play, repeat the play. Now up over the 40-yard line.
I wouldn't doubt they'll probably come back with it again. I'm thinking they'll run it 3 in a row, Eddie. That's what I'm guessing.
All right, now it makes it 2nd and 1.
Yep, they did.
2nd and 1 out at the 44-yard line.
Number 1, Wayne Pert.
Wayne Pert.
3 straight power runs in the A gap, Eddie. Gets them a first down, Seneca Valley.
And Kane Pert, for the most part, Albert, has been a defensive back.
Daniel
Nothing
Sellers.
there. Nothing there.
Number 47, Daniel Sellers.
It was a read, Eddie. He didn't even look at the quarterback. He just went right down the line.
Loss of 2 on a play.
And followed Pert, and it was easy pickings, unblocked.
Trip set left, slot to the right. They're spread out. Hancock's back, fires, has a man open, complete. Across the 50, close to.
Sean O'Shea, Eddie. That ball came out quick.
Man, they're throwing all kinds of different players in there.
That ball came out quick out of Hancock's hand, I'll tell you that. Empty set again, Eddie. They like to throw the quick shots out of this set.
So 1st and 10 at the 45 of NA.
Look for screens. You always look for screens out of this formation.
Spread again. Hancock's back. Here comes a blitz.
There's the screen.
There's a Luke Lawson. He has running room. Breaks a tackle.
Gone,
breaks
Eddie.
another one
He's
down
gone.
the middle. He has one man to beat. Closing in the corner, and he's going to take it in for the score. 45 yards on that TD pass.
Well, if you heard me say it, they like the screen out of the empty set. They ran the screen to Lawson. Broke one tackle. I thought his face mask was grabbed, but to tell you the truth, he broke that and he was home free. Great execution.
Yes.
Great downfield blocking by Seneca Valley.
Seneca Valley score coming at the 7:41 mark here.
The extra point, number 95, Jacob Adams.
Jacob Adams on to attempt the extra point. The kick is up. It's long enough, and it is good.
And the extra point by Jacob Adams, up and good.
Well, if Seneca Valley scripted those plays, they couldn't have scripted any better. Power to start the game. Empty set, hitting quick. And bang, on the scoreboard quickly.
Well, Albert, they come out with some surprises. Going to that I formation. 7-0.
NA's defense is going to have to be huddling up right now with their coaching staff, trying to make the quick adjustments to the I formation and to the empty set.
83 yards in 6 plays. Albert, who do you have for Seneca Valley on their depth chart? Caught that pass. It was number 7 for the Raiders. Was it number?
That was Sean O'Shea.
Okay.
Sean
I
O'Shea.
haven't seen him yet this year.
Sean O'Shea.
They just try to make our job tougher all the time. I didn't see him in the games that we've covered before.
Yeah, Sean O'Shea. That's O'Shea name's famous name in Seneca
Yes,
Valley.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, Albert, it just shows you what kind of depth and talent that they have. Short kick, and the Tigers return it out to the 35-yard line.
Brought down by number 4, Joe Bushi, and 28, Vincenzo DiTullio.
Heron Lee gave him good field position at the 35-yard. I like when a guy catches it and comes straight up the field. That was awesome.
Joe Babushki on the tackle. 1st and 10 for NA, their second start. First at their own 34, now at the 30. While they have it at the 35 this time.
Seneca Valley's defensive line played the run really well. They didn't get much pressure on the quarterback. The big call that stopped North Allegheny from scoring was the holding penalty.
That hurt.
Yep, they brought him back 10 yards.
The girls' tennis team finished with the WPIL portion of their season as the runner-up.
Seneca Valley has to be so pleased with this start, Eddie. You know, you're on the road. You want to try to quiet everything down.
Albert, sometimes that's a little change. You know, we did the game with Pine. I saw them play against Butler. This is the first time I've seen them use an I formation.
Yeah, and they ran the same play the first 3 games. You don't see that too often.
2 players that didn't play and previously, that at least I didn't see all their games, but Pert and O'Shea.
Yeah, they were noted for their defense. Great start with regards to mixing it up. I thought balance was the key for NA. Balance on the first drive was the key for Seneca Valley.
All right, while they have a timeout on the field, we're going to take a break while they sort things out. We'll be right back. someone streaming.
Yeah, something's going on here. That was a TV time. The guy in the red out there told them when they could start.
All right, we were back here at Newman Stadium at North Allegheny with the Seneca Valley Raiders leading the Tigers 7-0 here in this first quarter play. 7:35 remaining. Ed Cody along with the Tiger Albert Campman. Seneca Valley on a nice 83-yard march in 6 plays and a 45-yard touchdown pass from Grant Hancock's to Luke Lawson on a wide receiver screen. Off the left side, little bit of running room. Andrew Gavlik.
Nice tackle by T.J. Border.
Tackle made by number 40 of the Raiders, T.J. Border.
That was outside zone to the left side. Offensive line takes a bucket step, tries to take their man whichever way he wants to go.
Pick up a 5. 2nd and 5, North Allegheny at their own 40. Gavlik this time, the interior of that Seneca Valley defense, just stuffing it up, and there's right in the middle of it all is Aiden Leitchik. He just slanted in down inside.
Yeah, T.J. Border made the initial play, and then from there, the rest of the crew came in. Great start for T.J. Border on this drive at linebacker.
So he loses, it looks like he loses a yard on the play. 2 yards, actually, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 7 from the NA 38. Double slot formation.
In man-to-man. They're in man-to-man.
He's under pressure, and he's going to be grabbed and dragged down. And leading that rush through there, let's see, it looked like number 50, Lucas Lambert.
It was.
This front 4 for them, it's a very talented group. And not small either, Albert. 260, 250.
On that play, first time Seneca Valley's went from zone to man-to-man. Confused the quarterback, and in came the Seneca Valley rush.
Yeah, big loss on a play of 13 yards. And excellent field position for Seneca Valley.
I like catching those punts. Fair catch by Luke Lawson. Saves you about 10, 15, 20 yards, Eddie, when you catch it in the air. What a start for the Seneca Valley. My goodness gracious alive. NA's reeling early. We'll see if they get off their heels.
Well, but we always talk about the battle and up front. So the challenge for the North Allegheny offensive line is to handle that front 4 of Seneca Valley, and then those linebackers with Border and Babushki and Diapolonia, those guys are very active. 1st and 10, Seneca Valley at their own 37-yard line. Offset to the right. Handoff straight up the middle.
Wow.
Huge bit of running room.
Pert again.
That's Kane Pert,
that
the running back.
Offensive line in Seneca Valley is crunching NA right now up the gut.
Gain of 9 on the play. 2nd and 1. Out at the 46. They go for a pass over the middle. Incomplete.
That was an RPO. They read the linebackers. The linebackers stepped up. That's where you go with the ball. That's today's today's modern football.
Went to one of their top receivers, Jackson Wetzel, comes into this game with 25 catches, so it brings up now a 3rd and 1. And they're going to make the first down. Hancock keeps it himself, the 6'4", 225-pound senior quarterback. Picks up the first down at midfield.
I like that call. It's an old single wing play. I like that a lot.
Albert, don't hear much about any recruiting of Hancock at 6'4", 225.
He'll end up playing someplace.
Without question. Has a big league arm. The Raiders look to the sideline for the play. Offset to the left this time. There's a handoff, another huge hole. There goes Pert down the right sideline. Is he staying in bounds?
No, he did not.
Did he step out?
Mark him out at the 13-yard line.
At about the what, Albert? 13-yard line? A pickup of 37 on the play.
I'm getting the giggles right now. Before the game, somebody asked me, what if Seneca Valley give North Allegheny? And I said, definitely.
Now, what did Coach see in Pert that he put him in there at running back?
I don't know. Backside play again by North Allegheny's number 47.
Cox on the quarterback keeper.
Gain of 2.
Tackle base high, 47, Daniel Sellers.
Lucky that 47 made that play, Daniel Sellers, because he was going. It was a big hole, Eddie. He got it from the backside. Man, are they dominating the line of scrimmage or what?
Yeah, the offensive line
Yes.
has done an outstanding job. And we'll give you that line here in a little bit. Split backs. Hancock's going to hand it off. It's Pert, and he cracks it down inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line.
For some reason, they changed their play selection last two. Both plays took longer. Both plays were caught from the backside. I like when they were hitting it straight up.
So they have a 3rd and 6 at the 9. Hancock's.
There's that straight up
Straight
again,
ahead,
Eddie.
and they get a surge
Big surge.
down to the 4-yard line. They're going to come up about 1.5 yards shy.
Now, Eddie, you know how we feel about this. They should kick the field goal here.
I
But people
would.
They don't kick field goals anymore. If you come out here with no points, you give NA the momentum they've been looking for. I think there's no doubt you should be kicking the field goal here.
4th and 1 at the 4. Hancock's keeps
Well,
it.
he's going in easy.
Touchdown.
They know more than me on the offensive line, Eddie. They're just dominating line of scrimmage. Oh, my God.
Wow.
Dominating.
And a touchdown on the quarterback draw by number 5, Graham Hancock. Penalty flag on the play.
Maybe there might be a flag after the
A
play,
little bit
celebrating
of
or something.
celebrating.
Yeah, could be a flag after the play, Eddie.
So Grant-
Touchdown should stay.
Yes.
The touchdown should stay, and they'll be kicking either from the 20-some or on the kickoff, move back 15 yards.
Hancock's on a 4-yard run. Albert, just going to give credit that offensive line headed by center.
Let's see the ruling here, Eddie. I'm not sure high school rules. Okay, it is a touchdown. Okay.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the scoring team, number 5. This 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the extra point.
Okay.
Number 5, first
So that's going to make the extra point a field goal.
Eddie, you know, these two dinosaurs doing the game tonight, Eddie, my man Eddie and me, they see this every week in NFL and college football.
Yes.
You can't score a touchdown without saying a word. You can't score a touchdown with acting like you've never been there. I
It's
can't
like a New
stand
Year's
it.
Day parade,
Yeah,
every touchdown.
I can't stand it. Just score the
Right.
touchdown, hand the ball to the referee, and go back to the bench and say, we'll get them next time.
So now-
it upsets me so bad.
Jake and Adams, this extra point of 35 yards. The kick is up, and it's going to be short, very short, and off to the right.
By number 595, Jacob Adams is no good. With 3:26 remaining
So,
in the first quarter, the
13 to
Raiders
nothing.
extend their lead 13 to nothing.
63-yard drive in 8 plays.
Yeah, one of the things that I can't get out of my craw is this is called a team game. It's not an individual game. It's not me against the NA. It's not me against Seneca Valley. It's a team. You celebrate with your team and don't say a word. That just cost them a point, Eddie.
Yes, that's crucial.
Yes.
Hey, let's start that offensive line. We give him credit. Logan
Oh, yes.
Armstrong, he's the center. The guards, Josh Berg and Lucas Lambert. Devin Webb, the left tackle, or Roman Royal, a huge right tackle, 6'5", 285. Aiden Leitchick is a tight end. And they just done a terrific job of blocking here for the running backs. Albert, I just wonder if we haven't seen Wyatt Craver if he's hurt. He is their leading rusher, 537 yards, and haven't seen Kai West run the ball either. So for whatever reason, I'm not second-guessing Coach Butchley, not with the way Pert has run the ball.
Yeah, great point, Eddie. And I like you coming in, giving the compliments to the offensive line, Eddie. That was fantastic.
Here's the kickoff. Short, very short. Taken by an up back for North Allegheny. He's going to be dropped immediately at the 31-yard line.
The Adams kick fielded by number 9, Aaron Lee. Brought down by number 40, TJ Ford.
You see it every week. Midget football through the NFL. The offensive lines, when they dominate, everything looks good. When they don't block, you say, what's going on? What's going on with that quarterback? What's going on with the? Well, it started tonight at Seneca Valley. Hey, Eddie, by the way, are we at NBC Sports tonight?
What?
We've got another delay here.
I know.
This game must be televised nationally or something.
I know.
I've never had delays in the middle of a game, high school game before.
Oh, it's 13-0 in favor of Seneca Valley. A short kickoff return there by Heron Lee of North Allegheny, but great coverage by the Raiders. Albert, you could just see with the energy that Seneca Valley's playing with here tonight and great intensity.
Yeah, and it starts with the line play. You talked about the size of the lines, Eddie. Up here, we're high off the ground, but I'm telling you, from the naked eye, Seneca Valley looks bigger.
And it's not just that, but I look both their lines, defensively, offensively, very quick, very athletic.
Oh, athletic. Yes, they are athletic.
And then you have several of those guys go both ways, play on a defense, and Devin Webb and Lucas Lambert and Logan Armstrong.
On Friday, November 18th, and for more information, please visit the North Allegheny Athletics website.
So it's possible if Seneca Valley were to win here tonight, they'll be back here next week to play again.
Woo, woo, woo. And what a start for Seneca Valley. Now can the coaching staff keep them under control and keep their mind focused? Because NA is a team that can come back in a hurry. You know that. They've done it forever here. They face adversity very well. Their coaching staff says, hey, we play the full complement of this game.
Now, it's just amazing over the years how things have changed, because initially Seneca Valley's big rival game was Butler. And Butler had a big rivalry game not only with Seneca Valley but with NA. And now the big rivalry every year is NA and Seneca Valley.
Well, that's because Butler's dropped out of the
yes, out of the picture.
Right. They're out of the picture.
So 1st and 10 now for North Allegheny at their own 31-yard line. They trail 13-0, 3:20 to go here in the first period of play.
They have to be thinking first downs, Eddie, not touchdowns.
Now they come
First
out
downs.
in an I formation. Shift over to a strong set to the left. Hand off to the tailback. He's going nowhere. And Gavlik stopped immediately.
Andrew Gavlik on the carry.
What a start for T.J. Border.
T.J. Border of the Raiders.
The middle linebacker on that stop,
A scoring update.
T.J. Border, 5'11", 205-pound senior. They're outstanding
This
linebacking
reminded me
play.
of the old Pittsburgh Steelers when the defensive line's dominating the blockers and the linebackers are getting free runs at the running back.
That generous spot, they gave him a yard on that play. So 2nd down and 9 for the Tigers at their own 32. Kushner on a quick flip out to the left to Kyron Boyd. He breaks free, room down the sideline, and finally steps out of bounds at the 40.
Great call by North Allegheny. As I said, they'd handle adversity well.
Put the ball in the hands of one of your best athletes.
The defensive line is dominating. If you want to come fast, we'll throw the screen pass. Great call by NA staff.
28 yards on that pass play. 1st and 10 now for North Allegheny at the Seneca Valley 40. It's 13-0 Seneca Valley, but don't let those early leads fool you.
Never.
Slot to the right, out of the eye.
Play action, Eddie.
Play at Kushner back, fires as a man open, passes complete. It's a short gain.
Logan Kushner's pass complete to number 48, Aiden Buggy.
Aiden Bugney is tight end, catches it. Tight end, fullback. He plays a number of roles there. It's a short gain. And they give him, 2 yards on the play.
Logan Kushner decided to take the short route. Daniel Sellers was wide open down the field, Eddie.
Sellers, the other tight end.
Seneca
Now
Valley
we're going to
jumped.
get a
Seneca
delay
Valley
of game.
jumped. Seneca Valley
Or
jumped,
Seneca
Eddie.
Valley jumped
Yes, they
outside.
did.
Encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
So you see this time, Albert, North Allegheny puts their 3 best receivers to the same side, Kyron Boyd, Anthony Verlotta, and Rourke Kennedy, all flanked to the right.
What's more interesting about it, it's into the boundary. The wide side is a one receiver side.
Single receiver split wide to the left and single coverage. Here comes a blitz. Kushner back. Here comes the pressure, and they're going to get him. They came with a corner blitz, and there was Leitchik in there, and also the middle linebacker on their border.
I think that was supposed to be a fake screen. The screen they just hit, I think they're setting it up. I think they faked it, and they were going deep, and it went down the tubes. Big loss, back to make it 3rd and 8. Watch out for the defensive line coming strong here, Eddie.
Clock running down to a minute 34 to go. Motion. Next up, Kushner back. He's going to hand off to Gavlik off the left side. And he'll get 3 yards down to the 35-yard line.
Come back with the counter. One thing I will say about NA, what they've done always in the past, on obvious pass situations, they'll run the football. And that was one right now. Now they'll spread it out and throw the football on 4th down.
4th and 5.
NA likes to throw the ball to the sideline a lot on 4th down. Instead over the middle, like some teams they like to throw the deep out to either side.
4th and 5 at the 35. Trip set to the left. Kushner looking over. Now he's going to get under center. No, he doesn't. Gives a word to his offensive line. Drops back. Low snap. Fires. Flood pass down the right side for Anthony Verlotta. And Verlotta makes the catch. A beautiful over-the-shoulder catch on a perfectly floated pass to his outside shoulder. Kushner to Verlotta. 1st and goal, Tigers at the 5.
That play was supposed to be
Seneca Valley.
A quick out. The offensive staff changed the play. You saw the running back change sides because they were in press coverage, Eddie. They went to the streak, and he laid it in there right in there.
Beautiful pass, beautiful catch by Verlotta.
Great call by the offensive coordinators at North Allegheny.
1st and goal, North Allegheny. Gavlik straight up the middle, and he's going to be stopped right at the 2-yard line. Had a nice head of steam.
Great blocking by NA at the point of attack that time, Eddie. They'll probably come back with it.
2nd and goal to 2. We just have 12 seconds left here in this first quarter play. Kushner takes it. He's going to hand to Gavlik, and he's into the end zone for the score. So NA with 6 seconds to go here in the first. They get on the board.
We told the fans watching tonight, if we know one thing about NA, falling behind 13-0, nothing is not going to change their thinking. They face adversity, but better than some teams, any team really around.
Yes.
The extra point by Nick Van Winkle, up and good.
Van Winkle's extra point is good, and now that miss is crucial. Albert, it's 13-7.
13-7 against the Seneca Valley Raiders.
We'll see if that penalty on the touchdown goes back to haunt Seneca Valley. We'll find out. See if any adjustments made by NA up the gut. They've been really crunching them up the gut.
69 yards and 8 plays on that drive, and some nice passing.
Big 4th down play. That's the game changer right now when you get a big play on 4th down.
Just 6 seconds left here in the first quarter. North Allegheny High School, great night for high school football.
Right now, the defensive coordinators are scratching their head on both sides saying, whoa, we got to try to slow these teams down.
Off for the Tigers, number 1, Rourke Kennedy.
Rourke Kennedy to kick it off for North Allegheny.
You know what's interesting, Eddie? The kicker who kicked the extra point is not the same kicker who kicks off.
Right, they use 3 different kickers.
How about that?
Yes. Let's see, it looks like Kai West back deep for the Raiders, standing at his own 2-yard line. Hard to pick up his number from this angle. Here's the kick. West at the 2.
Fumble, Eddie.
And he scoots it away, and I think the Tigers have it.
They do. They do.
Albert, I'm not sure that was West returning. Was it Kai West?
Yes, it was.
Now here comes a penalty marker right where the ball was recovered by the Tigers.
It was West,
at
Eddie.
the 23-yard line.
I think number 21 for North Allegheny recovered that one, Eddie. See if I can get his name. Ian Zakorchak. I think he's the guy who recovered it. How about how this game's turned, Eddie?
Oh, I always said I told you that old gin player at the Sons of Italy used to say, don't let those early leads fool you. He'd be down 60 points and come back and win.
I love it. Well, this has turned around completely in the last minute. Jeez.
It's how fast it can change. You know, say what you want. I mean, you think, oh, it's just a missed extra point. No, that was big. That extra point miss was
I'll tell
big.
you why it was big. It wasn't big so much, but the miss, but the
penalty.
Thought that you have this game cinched when it's 13-0.
Yeah.
No, not against NA. You don't want to give them a chance.
Yeah,
you don't give them a chance.
Instead of the usual chip shot for an extra point,
Yes.
now he's kicking a 35-yard field goal
Right.
for an extra point. All right, that's the end of the first quarter of play with the score, Seneca Valley 13, North Allegheny 7. We'll take a break, be right back with second quarter action.
MVP in basketball and softball. She went on to Duquesne University, where she was a four-year starter in basketball as well as an academic All-American.
We're back here at North Allegheny High School, Newman Stadium. We're getting ready for the second quarter of play with Seneca Valley leading 13-7. Albert, we've said it before a million times. Special teams, a third of the game.
Yes,
Miss
it is.
extra point, fumble on the kickoff return, and North Allegheny in good field position. I believe they have the ball spotted at the 37 of Seneca Valley to start this second quarter after the turnover.
That's why it's not a 48-minute game. I mean, that's why we call it a 48-minute game, Eddie, not a 7-minute game. If you watch the first 7 minutes of this game, you think, oh, this is going to be a blowout.
That's why when I hear coaches say, well, if it wasn't for that kickoff return, coach, it's part of the game.
It is.
You practice covering kicks. You practice returning kicks.
Every team, every coach is well coached. Anytime every team is well coached, they excel in all three areas, Eddie. You got to be good.
Everyone ought to go back and get the highlight films from Frank Beamer when he coached at Virginia Tech. They won so many ways with kickoff returns, blocked punts, blocked field goals.
Yeah, he took it serious. He coached it himself. That's how serious he took it. Here, Eddie.
All right, we have some. It's nice of North Allegheny providing us with some first half stats, first quarter stats. First down, 7 for Seneca Valley, 3 for NA. Rush yards, 88 for Seneca Valley and just 5 for North Allegheny.
Wow.
Passing, 57 for Seneca Valley, 94 for NA. And total offensive plays, 145 yards for Seneca Valley, 89 for North Allegheny. So a dominant first quarter there, but turnovers, and now NA in position to take advantage.
Yeah, games aren't won with stats, Eddie. They're won on the field.
Evan Lyon is on a halfback pass, throws deep down the field. He has a man there. Is it caught? No, but there's pass interference at the 2-yard line.
After a turnover, NA's famous for attacking right after a turn. They did it now. Number 12 for Seneca Valley didn't get his head turned around, Eddie.
That was a pitch back to the backup quarterback, Evan Lyon, who Albert showed me a pretty good arm on that pass.
That was Brandon Page. He had good coverage, but you have to get your head turned to see the football, or they're going to call face guarding, and that's what they called.
So that should move the ball on that penalty to the 22. Where are they moving it? To the 22-yard line? No, the 27-yard line. 10-yard penalty. Okay, I was giving him 15.
Timeout by the refs. They're going to talk it over here.
Just underway here, second quarter play. Seneca Valley up 13-7. Had that. Okay, I thought it was 15. All right.
Eddie was right. Good call, Eddie.
So that'll make it 1st and 10 at the 22. And a chance here for the Tigers to take the lead. They're 3-0 in conference play. Gavlik off the left side.
There was a hole there,
Gets
Eddie.
just 2 yards. It wrapped up immediately.
Aiden Lysick made a big play there, or he was going in.
Second and 8 at the 20.
Monticello is the official pizza sponsor of North Allegheny Tiger Athletics.
Double slot formation.
See if they come back with the same play. It looked, no, they might be doing it to the other side.
Yeah, now they shift
No,
Gavlik over to the right. Kushner drops back, fires quickly out here, complete to Roy Kennedy, and he's going to fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Great finish to the run there, Eddie.
1st and goal at the 9.
That's the way you finish off a run.
Allegheny Tiger, first down.
First and goal at the 9.
And they have Seneca Valley on their heels right now, Eddie. They don't know
They
what's
do.
coming, run or pass.
They're just running enough to keep them honest.
Yeah, oh, yeah, no,
And,
they run the football enough. Yes, they do.
Kushner getting hot, passing. He's back to throw. Looks, fires over the middle. It is. He's still scrambling. Fires into the end zone. Was
Touchdown,
it
Eddie.
caught?
Yes, it is.
And that's
No-
the North Allegheny Tiger touchdown.
Number 4, Eddie.
Tyron Boyd, their leading receiver.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Kushner.
Boy,
Pulled
he
it down,
scrambled
pulled it
away.
down
He was
left.
in a lot of trouble. 37 yards in 4 plays.
Into attempt the
Mixing up their offense a lot. Wow, it's beautiful to see.
Excuse me.
See if Seneca Valley can respond, Eddie. God bless you.
Thank you. Nick Van Winkle on to attempt the extra point and to give the Tigers the lead. The kick is up, and he booms it through. 14-13, North Allegheny.
with 10:40 remaining in the second quarter. Your North Allegheny
All right, Seneca Valley. NA responded to you. Now we'll see how you respond to NA.
Raiders.
So just 37 yards from that turnover, 4 plays. That 9-yard TD pass.
It was a broken play, Eddie.
Yes.
Some of the hardest, most difficult coverages is when the quarterback breaks containment and the play lasts longer than 6 seconds. Very difficult for the secondary.
Well, how fast this has changed in a matter of
How
4
about that?
minutes.
Yes.
2 scores in 4 minutes for the
Pretty
Tigers.
amazing how it turned around. Now the NA sideline is up and cheering, and Seneca Valley's over there saying, "Oh, we got to get restarted here again."
Well, what do you do if you're Seneca Valley, Albert? You come back. What worked for you really good in that
Both.
first year? You were
You do
running
what
the
you
ball
did. You do
really
both.
well. This coach just stick with it and say, hey, let's get not no pun intended. Let's get grounded again and get ourselves established. Here's the boot. Kai West at the 8.
Oh, he's got this one head
He
outside.
has the seam, turns a corner, down as far as sideline,
Oh,
and finally
penalty.
flipped and knocked out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
They got holding on Seneca Valley, Eddie.
Do they?
Yes, they do.
By Rourke Kennedy.
Where's the flag?
At the 42-yard line.
They're talking it over right there at the 42.
During the return, holding on the returning team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
First and 10 for Seneca Valley, and they're going to spot it back at the 30-yard line,
32-yard line.
32.
NBC timeout again.
This is why we train and train and train. Why we suit up, take the field.
I just think the way Seneca ran that ball in the first quarter that they might want to come out and just keep that going.
Rise beyond the challenge. Because when it's all
Seneca Valley is one of those teams that when they run the football, their whole offense opens up because they're such a good throwing team.
How good that pass was by Kushner, Albert, because he just threaded it right there as Boyd was right
Yeah,
at
two of them.
the corner of the end zone.
Yeah, the touchdown pass and the 4th and 5 play.
Yes.
Dropped it right in the bucket.
In the WPIL Class 6A semifinal against an opponent to be determined. The Class 6A final will be held at Norwin High School on Friday, November 18th.
So after this penalty here with 10:32 to go here in the first half of play, and the Tigers just going up on top, 14-13 after being down quickly and 2 long scoring drives by the Raiders to put them up 13-0. The only difference here on that last touchdown by Graham Hancock's by the Raiders when they took a 13-0 lead, a little too much celebration, and ended up with Adams attempting a 35-yard extra point. And it was not good.
NA has been dominant on the line of scrimmage defensively. That's why Eddie's suggestion that they run the football more. One thing, they gave it away with their formation. When they go high, they were running the football. When they're in the spread, it looks like they're throwing it. So right now they're coming out throwing, Eddie. They're
How
in the
they come
spread.
out? Yep, empty backfield.
Uh-huh.
Trip set now to the right. Split left.
Oh, they come back into the backfield again, Eddie.
And there's
Fumble,
another
Eddie.
fumble on the play. I think that was a read pass option, and Hancock's just didn't get the ball into the belly of Pert.
That's what I saw too, Eddie.
Valley's number 1, Wayne Pert.
Seneca Valley get their composure here. Get their composure back.
So they lose 2 on a play. Incomplete pass.
Excellent coverage.
Intended for Wetzel.
There's a flag down, Eddie.
Hancock's pass incomplete.
I'm thinking illegal man downfield. That's what I'm guessing. As a run pass option, sometimes the linemen sneak down the field.
NA turns it down. It's 3rd and 12. Or they take the penalty. It'll be 2nd and 22. What are they going to do?
They're over talking to the NA staff. They declined it, Eddie.
Okay, so it makes it 3rd and 12.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
Ineligible, you right, receiver.
That penalty will be declined.
That's really difficult on the linemen.
Third down.
They think it's a run play. They're blocking. Quarterback pulls it out.
Spread formation, empty backfield. No penalty. The official just picking up a flag. Hancock's back. Nope, they're
poor
going to stop
refereeing
play.
here. Poor refereeing, Eddie.
Now, what's
Fans
this
don't
about?
like it either. He didn't have his flag in his pocket. He got it. They snapped the ball and they weren't ready. They're making him re-snap it, Eddie. That was not how you draw up refereeing 101.
There should be a rule: high school officials are not allowed to watch NBA or NFL games. Hancock's dropping way back, looking when fires, has a man wide open.
Lawson.
It's complete to Lawson, down the sideline, inside the 40, and belted out of bounds, but not before he gets down to the North Allegheny 36-yard line.
Wow, was that a nice pass by Hancock. He dropped it in, and that was a big play because Seneca Valley was reeling. Now they get their second breath here.
34 yards on that pass play. Pert straight ahead, down to the 35-yard line. Just
NA
a
has
short
made the
gain of
adjustment.
1.
Sorry, Ed. NA's made the adjustment. They've now went man-to-man on the exterior and put extra guy in the box. They got more in the box now, Eddie. So they should be able to stop the run more. Now they got 7 in the box.
2nd and 9. All kinds of shifting. I'm just looking why Wyatt Craver, if he's hurt. Christy Apollonia now in there in the backfield.
Somebody moved early for Seneca Valley, Eddie.
All right, that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Ball moved back to the 40.
They got away with it last time with the penalty. I'll see if they can do it again. Hancock's made a great pass.
Well, I can only guess that their leading rusher, Wyatt Craver, is hurt and not playing, and Kai West hasn't appeared in the backfield yet either.
Sean O'Shea's in the backfield right
Yeah,
now.
Sean O'Shea, number 7, not
Yes.
2, Apollonia. Hancock's throwing the bomb deep down the sideline, and incomplete, penalty markers all over the place. It's going to be pass interference. I think that pass intended for Lawson.
It was. Number 14 for NA.
1st and 10.
Interfered down the field. He had good coverage.
That'll place the ball at the 25.
Oh, it was 19, not 14. Excuse me. It was Evan Lyon.
Evan
had
Lyon.
good coverage, yes, but once again, you have to play the ball. You just can't play the receiver. That's something that every day coaching staffs go over. The whole team should be on ball. When they hear ball, the defensive backs have to turn and locate the ball coming down the field.
So 1st and 10 at the 25 for Seneca Valley. 9 minutes to go here in the first half. They're down 14-13 after taking a 13-0 lead.
There's been some big penalties in this game, Eddie.
Trip set to the left. Tight end right. Motion right. Sean O'Shea, big hole, right side, breaks through, down to the 10. Huge holes opened up by the right side of that offensive line led by Roman Royal, Josh Berg, and Aiden Lysick.
Aiden Lysick led right through the hole. Great lead to the hole.
1st and 10 at the 12.
Excuse me,
Gain
Chris
of 13.
Apollonia. Chris Apollonia is the one led through the hole, Eddie.
Yeah, he does. He's an H-back.
Yes.
Hancock's rolling, looking under pressure, and he's going to be wrapped up and dropped for a loss way back at the 22-yard line. A loss of 10.
Looks like
Daniel Sellers, the defensive end, coming through.
Holding him on Seneca Valley. I think they'll decline the penalty, Eddie. I think they should. They think they had a 6 or 7-yard loss anyway.
That's a 10-yard loss, actually.
10, so they don't have to take the penalty, right?
So it'll make it 2nd and 20 back at the 22.
As soon as Hancock's got out of the pocket, he should have threw it away and not take the sack.
Now, that's the one time initially in the first quarter, Albert, they ran a play like that. They repeated it. And this time, I'm not second-guessing. I thought he'd catch N.A. sneaking up a little bit. But the Tigers were ready. A nice defensive play by defensive end Daniel Sellers. Did they turn the penalty down?
They accepted it, but I don't know why they would.
Okay, the loss will make it 2nd and 22.
Let's see if they took
No, if they take the penalty, then it'll be 1st and 20. Well, why? No, you go with the sack. It's 2nd and 22.
Yeah, I don't see why they take the penalty.
It's going to be 2nd and 22.
No, they took the penalty. It's gonna be
They
first
took
down.
the penalty?
Yes, they did.
All right.
They took the penalty.
So it's 1st and 20. Back at the 22. Bunch to the right. O'Shea now shifts back in the back. Here we go again.
Timeout.
Timeout now taken by North Allegheny. 8:33 to go here in the first half. The Tigers up 14-13 in the game, marred by lots of penalties, plus mixed in a lot of great plays.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Right now, the action's really bogged down with these penalties. I would hope that the referees do not decide they want to decide the game.
Well, I don't know. Art Walker's been a great coach, so I am not second-guessing him. I just thought you would take the sack and make it 2nd and 22. I guess
must not have been a 12-yard penalty. My guess is it might have been a 5-yard sack instead of a 12-yard.
No, Albert, you look. It was.
I'm just guessing that. I don't know.
Okay, I thought I saw him sack back that far, but I could be wrong.
Because if not, Eddie, I don't understand why they take it.
So the team's trying to sort this out in this very important game for North Allegheny. 4-0, they're conference champs. For Seneca Valley, they secure a playoff spot in which they'll be back here next week.
Yeah, it's been a game of quick changes in this game, Eddie. Jeez. I've never seen a game we've done together where one team looked dominant, 13-0, and now the other team looks dominant. It's amazing.
And turnovers key.
They're discussing that penalty right now, Eddie, with Art Walker.
Again?
Yes, they're still discussing it. He's trying to say.
Well, I thought he already took it.
I know, that's why he wants to know. Did they explain it right?
The ball's at the 22. It's 1st and 20 at the 22.
Is this NFL?
And I had it 2nd and 22. Or what's that flag thrown for?
Art Walker's talking to the ref right now. He threw it in the air. I don't know why it was thrown, but we'll find out.
All right, initially the line of scrimmage was a 1st and 10 at the 12, right? Then there was a sack with a holding penalty called. I thought the sack was a 10-yard loss, which would have made it the 2nd and 20.
The coordinator came in and said something, too. I don't know who the flag's on, but one thing you know, referees will not talk to the assistants.
Yeah, the sack.
They'll listen to the head coach.
Right, the sack was a 10-yard loss, which would have made it 2nd and 20. but it seemed like Walker took the penalty that would make it 1st and 20 at the 22. And then a penalty marker thrown. Unsportsmanlike conduct. So now you're going to give 10 yards back to Seneca Valley, so it'll be back at the 12-yard line.
I was planning on getting a pizza after this game, Eddie, but the pizza shops will be closed. This is the NFL. What's going on here? Hey, what are they talking to
is
about?
There or is there not a penalty thrown? My goodness.
We're going to hear it right now, Eddie.
The previous play was North Allegheny declined the penalty. So it will be 2nd down. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the head coach of the team. Half the distance to the goal, 1st down.
So now that moves it 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. Oh, my goodness.
So we were right. He should have declined it in the
right,
first
he should have
place.
declined. I wouldn't have had this controversy.
Yes.
Because you now go 2nd and 20 versus 1st and 20.
The big question I have is, and I'm not down there to hear it, did the referee explain it clearly enough to that?
I wonder if some coach said something to Hart, which if he didn't say the right thing, he's going to hear about it at halftime. But now let's put it 1st and 10. We're starting it at the 12, back to the 12.
They'll have to. They'll march it off right now, Eddie. They haven't marched it off yet.
Okay, it has to be then at the 11-yard line.
Oh, he's coming over to talk Seneca Valley now. Here, they're marching it off right now, Eddie. First down. It's going to be 1st down at the 11-yard line, I think. Yeah, it is. All right. The gentleman.
I know I saw it right the first time. That's what. Then they had me confused.
The gentleman in the white hat has to say, listen, I'm not talking to either coach again. I'm here to referee the game. This is driving me crazy.
Well, Albert, that's always a rule. No one else goes out but the head coach. Everyone else keeps quiet.
Yeah, let's get the game going here, gentlemen. Let's go.
All right, so this is a huge break. Trips to the right for the Raiders. Slot formation to the left. Hancock's motion. Now O'Shea sets up behind him. Rolls to his right. Here's a flip out here. Incomplete. Nearly picked off. Intended for loss, and I thought that was going to be a pick 6 right there.
They went to the same play they scored a touchdown on, Eddie.
Yes.
The receiver screen.
So that'll bring up a 2nd and 10 at the 11. They can get a 1st down at the 1-yard line. Well, they moved it back to the 23-yard line. Or, excuse me, the 13-yard line. Quick flip into the end zone. Pass caught. 2 flags thrown.
It's going to be.
I think the pass was dropped by Lawson, but there's
interference.
Pass interference.
No question.
So half the distance to the goal line. That'll make it 1st and goal.
Kyron Boyd got his hands all over him in the end zone. I thought it was good coverage. I wouldn't have thrown the flag, but.
Albert, this could be an all-time record first half for penalties in any game we've done in 17 years.
Well, I know it's for conferences for sure. I don't know about the penalty part, but I know they're talking too much.
Half the distance to the goal, replay.
I thought it was 2nd down.
3rd down? Is that right?
Yeah.
So it's 3rd and 2 at the 5.
In high school football, it is.
And it looked very close. Well, I think Pert or O'Shea?
It was a hard. He ran the ball hard there. That was a really good run.
It's a 1st down, I believe.
That's
Pert.
Well, that was a great run. He got hit before he got to the
2nd
marker.
effort.
Yes.
So it's 1st and goal, and the ball right at the 2.
And they.
At Hancock's on a keeper.
He's
down to the 1.
Yeah, he's inside the 1. They'll usually come back with that same play, Eddie. That's what usually happens.
Well, he's a load, 6'4", 225.
I just hope he hands the ball to the referee this time when he scores.
Offset to the right. Apollonia leading the way. Hancock's, and he's in for the touchdown, I believe.
No, they didn't call him in.
Right at the goal line. Now, Albert, do you get under center now and just give a shove rather than taking it 6 yards deep?
I would do that, but they're not going to do it. You know they don't do it in today's game.
All right.
He'll come back with the same play.
2nd and goal.
Now
Handoff, touchdown.
Now he's in, Eddie.
And let's see who that ball carrier
Now
was.
they should kick it, not go for two here.
Was
Eddie.
that Pert?
You don't chase the points. But in today's world analytics, I have no idea. I hate chasing points, Eddie.
Hey, Albert, was that Pert on the score? I'm trying to make.
It was a quarterback. Hancock.
Quarterback, okay.
Hancock scored that. But they're chasing points. They are chasing. I don't like it at all. I kicked the extra point here.
So 19-14, the Raiders going for two. Shift to the right, strong set right. Hancock's the throw. He has a man wide open, and the pass was tipped. He had a guy wide open for the two-point conversion. Looked like Lawson, and incomplete.
The play call was really different with Chris Apollonia wide open in the corner there.
Was that Apollonia?
Yes, but the execution was tipped, and now they just lost another point on the scoreboard. I don't believe in going for two until you have to go for two.
So Seneca Valley, a long, long drive here for the score. 64 yards, 11 plays. Hancock's with a second TD of the game.
Lots of penalties, Eddie. Woo!
2-point fails. 19-14, Seneca Valley.
Seneca Valley's been kicking a lot of pop-up kicks to about the 30-yard line. Let's see where the ball goes here.
7:33 to go here in the first half. 19-14. Started off 13-0. Seneca Valley. NA came storming back. Couple turnovers, miscues. 14-13. Now the Raiders come back with their third long drive of the game. Albert, they've had touchdown drives of 83 yards, 63 yards, and now 64 yards.
There's that short kick to the 30 again.
It is chopped right
Yep.
taken at the 28-yard line. A good coverage, Joe, and a return just out to the 33.
If you follow our TV show, I think that kick's a great kick. Let them start at the 34, 35-yard line. You don't have to worry about them taking it all the way for a touchdown. I think they learned their lesson against Central Catholic.
Yeah, right. So it'll be 1st and 10, North Allegheny. And they're going to spot it right at the 35-yard line. $7:27 to go here in the first half of play. Ed Cody along with the Tiger, Albert Campman. Newman Stadium, but just a great place. Albert, some colleges could play here.
Oh, yes. This is better than a lot of Division III schools for sure. This will get my check mark as the longest game ever.
Oh, absolutely.
Not only penalties, but they have they have TV timeouts, which I've never used to. That's why I don't go to Steeler games, by the way. I go to Steeler games. I sit there and say, why aren't they playing?
No, wait a minute. I go to the Pitt, West Virginia, Tennessee game. Those were 4-hour-plus games.
Exactly.
4-hour-plus.
Not only pass every play, but also TV timeouts.
Well, we are dinosaurs because
I'm a dinosaur.
we played. They were 2-hour games and over.
If it went 2 hours, you were bad.
The PIAA Winter Sports schedule begins on November 18th. Please check the North Allegheny.
I used to tease Coach Bernardi. I'd say we threw 10 passes a game, Coach, 8 in warm-ups.
Well, I know this. Nobody should be tired on either team. They're getting enough breaks tonight. Get some water in you and get ready to roll.
Yeah, then again on a cold night, and it's not bitter cold, but still cold, you'd like to keep that momentum going.
Yes.
So now the Raiders up 19-14. Albert, actually, you look at North Allegheny, this is a relatively young team. They play a ton of juniors on it.
That's their
and
class, huh?
Seneca Valley is senior laden.
Okay.
1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 35. Kushner back. Going to flip it out here to the left. A good coverage by the Raiders and a nice tackle upfield, dumping the receiver Gavlik on that play. A nice defensive effort there by Seneca Valley. Making that a tackle for them was Brandon Page.
Good read by the
just
quarterback.
a gain of 1.
Logan Kushner read the blitz, got it out quick.
Kushner takes it, hands off to Gavlik, breaks a tackle, fights forward, comes up out across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Pick up a 5, 3rd and 4.
Aiden Lysak has to be kicking himself on that one.
Yeah, he made the initial hit,
Yeah,
real good pop, just didn't wrap him up.
Yeah, he was unblocked, didn't wrap his arms right, Eddie.
So 3rd and 4 for North Allegheny at their own 41-yard line.
See if Seneca Valley get off the field.
Wing to the left, slot right. Now Gavlik drops away. He's about 8 yards deep in the backfield. Here's a shift over.
When he goes that deep, usually it's a counter play, Eddie.
Now Sellers comes back, motion, and a wing to the left. There's a bootleg to the right.
There it
Here
was.
comes the pressure.
There's the counter.
The pass is too high, intended for the receiver, Anthony Verlotta, out at midfield. That brings up 4th down.
That was Logan's first misfire on the run, trying to get his shoulders squared, didn't get it squared up. The ball came out high, Eddie. Good call by NA staff, just bad execution.
Work Kennedy back to punt.
He's kicked some high, Eddie. He kicked some high, boy.
Good snap. Oh, another real high. It's short.
This one's
And
short,
it's
Eddie.
going to give good field position for the Raiders. They will have it at their own 34-yard line.
Yeah, that one off the side of his foot that time.
6:06 to go here in the first half of play.
This possession will tell us a little bit about this half. We haven't seen anybody take the control yet. We thought Seneca Valley had control. NA took over the game. If Seneca Valley drives the field here, they regain complete control of the game.
They lead, do the Raiders, 19-14. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line. They've had long scoring drives in this game of 83, 60, 63, and 64 yards.
Yeah, the offensive line for Seneca Valley has really been blocking.
Lawson goes in motion. Oh, look at that backfield set. That's an old single wing set. O'Shea off the left side. He's going to get 2 yards out to the 36.
Excellent job by the NA defense that time.
Number 50, Cameron Shimura, combining with number 8,
Tyree Alulu and Cameron Shimura, both.
Yeah, Alalulu, he's been a running back too, but tonight staying strictly on as an inside linebacker. Quick pass out here to Chris Diapollonia, and he's upended out at the 41-yard line. No, that was Aiden Lysak. Check.
Alulu made the play again. So we got 3rd and 3, Eddie. See if they decide to run the football or pass it here.
Gain of 5 on that play.
I'm going to say they're going to run the football. Let's see if I'm right. I'd say about 70% of the time I'm wrong. I'm saying right now, the way the offensive line's been blocking, I'd run the football. Looks like they're going to call timeout, Eddie.
Well, sometimes you just follow where Chris Diapollonia goes, and that's,
True.
you know, where the running back goes.
That's true, Eddie. Looks like a timeout coming here.
So timeout taken by Seneca Valley. 4:51 to go here in the first half. The Raiders up 19-14, and they have a 3rd and 3 at their own 41.
Yeah, as I said, I'd run it here. I would take my shot on the ground. I think it's worth the gamble that your offensive line's controlling the game. It also gives you an opportunity, Eddie, if you get 2.5 yards, to go for it on 4th down.
Well, once again, but I'm assuming like to find out that their leading rusher, Wyatt Craver, is
Right.
hurt, and their second leading rusher, Kai West, who averages 9 yards a carry, 306 yards, he's yet to carry the ball.
Well, they made adjustments, haven't they?
Yeah, they have made
Yes,
adjustments.
yes.
Pert and O'Shea have done the ball work of the running. 3rd and 3 for Seneca Valley at their own 41-yard line. 4:51 to go here in the first half of play, and the Raiders try to add to their 19-14 lead. Trip sets to the left. Hancock's back, pressure, fires, man open. Caught? No, incomplete.
Didn't like it, Eddie.
No, I did not like that
I told you ahead
play.
of time. I didn't second guess. It'd be different if they were getting cramped at the line of scrimmage on run. This forced them to punt. If you ran the football and picked up some yards, you could still go for it. Yeah, I didn't like it.
So they will kick it away. Luke Lawson back to punt. Is that Evan Lyon back deep? That is Lyon. He's going to let it bounce and just take a big roll.
That's a real
big roll. There you go, Albert. You want to make that fair catch, as you say.
I don't
now,
think you get to that one.
That was a tough one. I agree with you. But the Raiders down it at the 13-yard line of North Allegheny.
I'd like to talk to the Seneca Valley staff on that last call. They ran a tough pass down the sideline.
Very.
You know, to try to.
And let's say this, but it was great coverage.
That's what I meant.
By North Allegheny.
Yeah, and they went against the defensive back that covers the best for NA too.
I think was that Kyron.
Yeah, it was. Yes.
Burt Boyd on the coverage.
Yes, it was.
All right, 1st and 10 now for North Allegheny at their own 13-yard line.
Tight set header, Eddie. NA famous for play action pass on this, or power football.
I formation, motion left. Sellers, the slot to the left, and that's where the play's coming.
Power football.
And just strong defensive effort there led by Aiden Leitchik.
Yeah.
But also always in the play. The middle linebackers always around there.
Yeah, Border was
TJ
there again.
Border.
Well, they dominated line of scrimmage there. They didn't. They went back 3 yards. I mean, they just dominated that line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that great effort up front defensively.
Yes.
Webb and then Leitchik and then Borders. TJ Border.
Boy, out here man-to-man, out way on the backside, they're going to throw the ball deep again, I think.
Yeah, trip set to the left. Where's Boyd? Kushner's going to flip it out here and over the head of his intended receiver, Rourke Kennedy.
Yeah, they saw something I didn't see. I would have thrown the ball on the wide side of the field there. Took my chances one-on-one on a deep ball. Big play for the Seneca Valley defense here, because they're going to get great field position if they hold them.
Yes.
With 3:50 left in the half, plenty of time. See if they get a pass rush here.
3rd and 9 from the 4. Way back, setting up a screen. Has it complete to Gavlik. Is he going to get the first down? I think he comes up short about 2 yards.
Set up nice, but I'll give Seneca Valley credit. They ran it down from behind. Nice call by NA. I thought it was a good call.
Brings up a 4th and 2. Well, they say 4th and 1. They're going to kick this one away.
See if Coach Walker has the courage to fake it here, Eddie.
Not that. All right, let's see who's back deep for the Raiders. There's the punt.
Nice punt.
Fair catch signal for. Luke Lawson was back there.
It hit NA, Eddie. It didn't hit Seneca Valley. Hit NA.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
And here comes Art Walker now out onto the field. He's upset.
We had a good view of that one.
But Lawson didn't react like the ball touched. He just moved away from it.
We don't have an opportunity to replay in the booth, but I really believe that hit NA.
Yeah, usually there must be something up with Kai West. I don't know if he's hurt or injured or whatever, but Lawson's been back there now taking care of the punt return duties.
The ruling on the field is Seneca Valley's possession.
1st and 10 Raiders. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. They lead 19-14, and they have it at their own 40-yard line.
Now, on 1st down here, Eddie, I would play action and go deep. But I will see what they do.
Trip set to the left. Motion. Hancock's going to fire out here in that quick screen. There's taken by the receiver. And let's see who that was.
Lawson. It was Lawson, Eddie.
Was it Lawson again?
Yes, it was.
Okay, it happened so fast. Luke Lawson.
That's been a successful play for him all night.
Very successful. He
Uh-huh.
picks up 6 on the play.
They have plenty
Second
of
and
time.
4.
Plenty of time with 2:39 and a half, Eddie. Plenty of time.
Hancock's back. Once the fire has a man open at the sideline, is the pass caught?
Lawson
it is caught.
again, Eddie.
It's a first down.
No, it was. It was Wetzel.
Jackson Wetzel on a reception. The 2 of the outstanding receivers in the WPIL.
Liked his
He
footwork there, Eddie.
gets a first down, 1st and 10.
Got
At the
his foot down.
46.
Got his foot down in bounds. That was very nice.
2:30 to go in the clock here in the first half. Lawson in motion. Sets up to the right side. Here's Pert. Sweep to the left. Gets running room. Breaks a tackle, then another, and another first down. Down inside the 35 to the 34-yard line.
They have no
Pick
hurry.
up a 12.
No hurry here, guys. You have plenty of time left. The offensive line's taking over again, Eddie.
That running game is it's hard not
Yes.
to keep that ball on the ground. Oh, here we go.
Timeout NA, Eddie.
All right, they want to take a breather. Oh, the Raiders have found a home off both the left and the right side running the football.
Yeah, and if overall, now we're talking overall and a half, Seneca Valley's really dominated.
Yeah.
Not dominated, been the better team. But the scoreboard doesn't say it. But they score here, now it'll make a difference.
Now, something you do when you put Lawson in tight and move him around, they're focusing on him, and that's opening some of the running holes.
Yes, it has been. Formation tendencies for Seneca Valley looks like they have. When he comes in tight, they like to run the football. I'm hoping they have a pass off of that somewhere that they can surprise NA with. I like this timeout by NA. They know how valuable this possession
They needed to
is.
take that.
Yeah, they know how valuable this possession is.
2:20 to go here in the first half. Seneca Valley up 19-14. They have it 1st and 10 at the 34 of North Allegheny, and the running game clicking again.
Yeah, O'Shea and Pert, out of nowhere with regard to our statistics, have had big games.
Motion. Hancock's back.
Screen pass, Eddie.
Dumps it over.
Oh,
he has
they
a
got
man
it, Eddie.
complete
They got
open.
it, Eddie.
He's taking down the left side, breaks in,
They got
tackle,
it, Eddie.
back inside the 10, and taking it in for the touchdown. Was that Sean O'Shea?
I think it was number 2, Eddie.
Was that 2 or 7, Albert? Let's get it right.
I'm
It
pretty
was
sure
2.
I thought it was Chris Apollonia.
Chris D'Apollonia. Hey, for all the blocking he does, he deserves it.
What a great executed play, Eddie. As soon as he caught the ball, I said he's going in. There was only one NA guy left out there, Eddie.
And their shortest drive of the night, 60 yards in 4 plays. Jacob Adams on to attempt the extra point.
Wow. That was a tremendous play call and tremendous execution.
Hancock's the hold. Stutter, kick. It is good.
That was the old. You're right. That was the 1-2 kick.
Stutter
Eddie.
step.
I just have to go back to that touchdown play. They set wide motion to the side of the field. NA thought for sure the ball was going to the wide right side. They ran the screen back to was it wide open?
Yes.
What a great play by Seneca Valley.
So that touchdown pass from Hancock's to D'Apollonia, 34 yards. Adams a kick, and it's 26-14.
Yes, sirree. That was some play call. Now, NA has bounced back once tonight, Eddie. Let's see what happens on this possession.
Albert, just do the math on the scoring drives. 83, 64. What do we have here?
That's
147. 147,
Yep.
63. Now you're worried about 210 and 60. There's almost 300 yards offense in the first half for the Raiders.
So we've been right by saying Seneca Valley's done pretty well.
We're not counting other plays where they had made yardage but didn't score.
Right.
Unbelievable.
That pooch kick again.
Pooch kick again.
I like it.
Taken at the 20-yard line
I like it a lot, Eddie.
by Kyron Boyd, and he brings it out to the 30, where it will be 1st and 10 for the Tigers with 2:02 to go here in the first.
Clarity on the return
I'm hoping more coaches are watching this film and say, hey, it's not bad. It's not bad football. The other team started at the 30 instead of in the end zone or at the other 30.
Okay, that was not Boyd on a return.
No, they kicked it short.
Please report to the press box at this time.
1st and 10, North Allegheny at their own 30-yard line.
See if the Seneca Valley defense tees off. There's been open receivers for NA if they get the pass protection.
Double slot. Kushner, quick zip out pass and a nice defensive effort. Catch is made. Good catch.
Kushner's pass complete to number 2, Anthony Barlotta.
Anthony Varlotta on the reception.
They had good coverage here. That was a great
Yes.
pass. Lucky he had zip on that pass.
He threaded that one.
Yeah, he had zip on that pass to get it in there.
Pickup of 7 on a play. Kushner running out of trouble. Here comes the pressure.
Good play.
He just gets rid of it, throws it away. That
Very
brings up
smart
third
play.
and 3.
Kushner made an excellent play on that play, Eddie, because he wanted to throw quickly to number 3 for NA, and they covered it. They would have picked it off.
A minute 31 to go already, and if you're Art Walker, you don't want to give Seneca Valley another shot at the ball.
Yeah, he has to be thinking confidently. He'll throw a short pass here.
Trip set to the left. The Raiders have backed off in a secondary.
There's a short
Kushner with a
pass there.
quick out. The pass is caught. Nice reception. No, he bobbled the ball.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. Kushner to number 19, Evan Lyon.
That was intended for Evan Lyon. So that brings up now 4th and 3. That stops the clock. 1:26 to go.
For your fans following the game, he did make the catch, but he didn't bring the ball in successfully till his feet were both out of bounds. He bobbled that football. Seneca Valley's had trouble catching these high punts, Eddie.
Rourke Kennedy back
This
to
guy
punt.
really punts it high.
It's a really high and long kick. And now Lawson makes the fair catch at his own 27-yard line.
Penalty flag down, Eddie.
Oh, my. Oh, you're kidding me.
No, there's a penalty flag down. See if they got Apollonia for a late hit or something. Let's see what happens.
Is there some website we can invest in yellow flags? That'd be a good investment.
Apollonia was putting his hands out like, oh, Jesus, against me. I think NA's use a lot of their timeouts, Eddie. Can you see how many timeouts they have left?
I can't tell.
I can't tell either. They have one left, you think? Okay. Yeah.
It's on Christy Apollonia,
Yeah, I thought he
personal
did
foul.
something. You know, sometimes, Eddie, when like my grandkids doing something wrong, they put their hands out and say, Papa, I didn't do anything. Apollonia had his hands
That's the
out.
one that did it.
Yeah, that's the one that did it, yes.
So with the penalty, the Raiders will have it. 1st and 10. There's a lot of time left, especially the way they can move the ball with big plays. A minute 18, they lead 26-14. Look, oh, this one's going all the way back to the 14-yard line.
Eddie, I run the football here. They only one timeout left.
Yeah, be smart. I
Yeah.
agree with you.
Yeah, I don't. And I'd run a draw the first play. They happen to get 10 yards, then I start throwing it.
Well, I almost a bad exchange
That
there.
was a read option, replay. Yeah, they should not be in any hurry. And
That was not Hancock's with the ball. That was O'Shea
How about that?
faking to
So in
the
a wildcat.
Apollonia, running a wildcat.
Okay.
And a loss of 2 on a play. I agree
Minute
with you
10.
here. Minute 10, you're up by 12. Let's get off the field.
No doubt.
No,
No doubt
just
about it.
run the ball, and that's not even wildcat. No,
Yeah, the power play. Run your power play. Yeah, I would. And I'm a positive. I'm an optimistic guy, thinking let's go score. But in this situation down here, there's nothing positive.
Stay with the wildcat. Just snap it back to O'Shea and let him run and get the clock
yards
over.
you can to get the clock off. Yes.
NA has what? 1 timeout left.
No doubt. That's what I do, Andy. We'll see if they do it.
That was the final one.
So that's their last time out, Eddie. They should be able to run the clock out if they run. Now they should run wide, though, Eddie. Don't run up the middle. Run wide and stay in bounds. Use up extra clock, extra time.
How about how fast this season is gone? It seemed
Oh,
like
my.
yesterday we were at Mars in hot weather, did their opener with Newcastle, and then at Pine Richland, and then up at Slippery Rock for their game at Wilmington. Here we are. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 12 for the Raiders at their own 12-yard line.
Yeah, they're going power
They're going to
football.
power eye set.
They're going power football, Eddie.
Straight ahead run off the right side. Maybe 2 yards.
Number 1, Wayne Pert with the carry.
Pert, the ball carrier.
Now it's important you tell the quarterback, take this snap all the way down to 1 second before you
Yes.
snap it.
50 seconds to go here in the first half of play.
Because you want the half to end before you have to punt it. Tell you the truth, I'd even take a delay game if I had to.
Yeah, take the 5 yards and run the
yes,
clock down
right.
with what, 6 seconds?
Yes, I'd take a delay game.
Actually, I think,
No, have to snap it, probably about 25 seconds left, 20 seconds left.
okay, they shift to a strong set
They
to the
shouldn't even-
right.
They shouldn't even hand the ball off
Here's another penalty.
when they call timeout.
Or is that a timeout, Seneca
timeout.
Valley? Okay. So they take it down to 21
That's
seconds.
a good timeout. That's a good timeout.
So it's 3rd and 10. So they run this ball, no more timeouts left, and that'll be the end of the first half.
Yeah, don't hand the ball off. Just snap it.
Get under center, run a quarterback sneak.
You know, because they don't get under center so often, I always worry about them fumbling the snap on this under center. They don't get the snaps too often anymore.
We're going to open up a school, quarterback sneak study school, training school.
We got 2 things we're going to open up, Eddie. We're going to open up how to get snap under center, and we're going to open up a yellow flag. I guarantee you that would sell big here tonight. Jeez, oh man. Definitely the longest half of the year, Eddie.
3rd and 10 for Seneca Valley at their own 14-yard line. Just 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And the Raiders are in a scrum set.
Yep.
They take the knee, and that's going to end the first half of play.
Great half for Seneca Valley, Eddie.
Wow, crazy first half of play. The Raiders leading here at the half, 26-14. An exciting first half. They took a 13-0 lead. Did the Raiders? North Allegheny came storming back, went up 14-13, and then the Raiders came back 26-14. They've had 4 long drives here tonight of 84, 64, 63, and 60 yards. They've had a powerful running game to go with their passing game.
I like how both teams responded when they got down. Both teams. You see NA down 13-0 instantly. I said they've handled this before in the past. I was very interested in how Seneca Valley handled it because this game's so big to them. And they really handled it well. The coaching staff came up with some great calls. The defense has really stepped up. Surprising score because it's at NA, but I know how good Seneca Valley is.
We'll be back for the second half.
Armstrong has a long history of fighting food insecurity in our communities through breaking bread. We're excited to announce the results of our 5th annual Avenge Hunger Month. Armstrong raised over 19,000 pounds of food and over $14,000 in donations, along with 96 hours of volunteer service. Avenge Hunger Month proudly benefits over 200 feeding programs throughout our entire service area. Visit armstrongonewire.com/breakingbread to find a list of community feeding programs in your area.
No one plans for a plumbing emergency. If it happens, turn to the experts at Armstrong Comfort Solutions. Matt Mertz Plumbing is now part of the Armstrong Comfort family. Do you have a leaking pipe, a toilet backing up? When you need a plumber, you want an honest, licensed professional. We're available 24/7. Our plumbing experts can handle any need or emergency, including trenchless sewer replacement. Armstrong Comfort Solutions and Matt Mertz Plumbing, 2 great local companies coming together to better serve Western PA.
Armstrong's Healing Heroes initiative is changing lives for area veterans struggling with disabilities, such as PTSD, traumatic brain injury, and more. These incredible dogs help give people back their self-confidence and independence. We've raised over $300,000 to train and donate service dogs from guardian angels to veterans in our communities. If you or a loved one are a qualifying veteran, please visit ArmstrongOneWire.com/healingheroes and click Apply Now. Together, we can unleash the power to heal.
Here at halftime, with the North Allegheny band on the field playing and a great performance by the Seneca Valley band, it is Seneca Valley 26 and North Allegheny 14. Let's look at some first half statistics. First down, Seneca Valley 14, North Allegheny 5. Rushing yards, Seneca Valley 125 for North Allegheny. Albert, huge disparity there.
Yeah, surprising. That's a surprise at the half, Eddie.
Yes.
Before the game, we thought NA would run the football, and Seneca Valley would throw. You said before the game, I'm hoping that Seneca Valley can run the football a little bit.
Yes.
They've done more than a little bit.
And that front four and those linebackers for
really good.
Seneca Valley,
really
front
good.
Four, Nathan Leitchik and those guys, and Webb up front, and then Border and D. Apollonia on defense, outstanding.
There's a lot of college players there. Do you know that?
Yes. Passing yards, 143 Seneca Valley, 133 NA. 7 for 11 passing for Seneca Valley, 10 of 15 for North Allegheny. No interceptions. Total offensive plays and yards, 34 plays, 263 yards for Seneca Valley. That's a huge first half. 27 plays for 138 yards for North Allegheny. And let's see, go down here to penalties and yards. 7 penalties against Seneca Valley for 68 yards. 5 penalties for North Allegheny, 61 yards. And look at the scoring there in the first quarter. Seneca Valley, he scored at the 7:41 mark on a 45-yard touchdown pass from Grant Hancock to Luke Lawson. Adams the kick. It was 7-0, 83 yards and 6 plays for the Raiders. Then Seneca Valley came back again. Graham Hancock's on a 4-yard run. The extra point failed following a 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. That made it 13-0. It was a 63-yard drive in 8 plays. Then North Allegheny scored with 6 seconds to go in the first quarter. Andrew Gavlik on a 2-yard run. Van Winkle with the extra point. It was 13-7. 69 yards in 8 plays for the Tigers. NA came right back at the start of the second quarter at the 10:40 mark, following a fumbled kickoff return. They recovered it at the 37 of Seneca Valley, and in 4 plays they were in the end zone on a 9-yard TD pass from Kushner to Kyron Boyd. Van Winkle the extra point. Now the Tigers are up 14-13, but not so fast. Seneca Valley back at the 7:33 mark, going 64 yards in 11 plays. Graham Hancock's a 1-yard run. The 2-point conversion failed. It was 19-14 in favor of the Raiders. And then Seneca Valley scored with 2 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the first half. Hancock's to D. Apollonia, a 34-yard touchdown pass. Adams the kick, 26-14. Seneca Valley, that's the way it stood at the half. That was another long drive, 60 yards in 4 plays for the Raiders. And Albert, you just look at those drives. If you get 3 of those in a game, you're lucky. They had 4 of them in the first half.
Yeah, the score does not indicate Seneca Valley's dominance at the line of scrimmage, and that's where games are won and lost. They've had some big plays on both teams, but NA is going to have to come out and shore up their defensive front.
Yes.
And they're going to have to control the defensive front of Seneca Valley. Easier said than done with those outstanding players up front for Seneca Valley.
Yeah, their offensive line has just done an outstanding job, a great job. And their front four very active, getting inside, penetrating, and forcing the runners to take a side step. And then those linebackers are Babushki and Border and D. Apollonia right there.
I like the word you use there, Eddie. Active. They've been active on the defense and offense, attacking. When you get the double A's going, attacking and active, you have something special going. I think at halftime NA, that's what they talked about. Hey, listen, we're on our heels. Let's get off our heels and start attacking them.
And if you're Ron Butcher, you say, look, guys, let's keep it up. And if you know the offensive linemen, like they're saying, Coach, we can run the ball. Let's run the ball. And I look for them to come out and do a lot more the same, and that sets up those excellent screen passes that they've been running. They've been doing an outstanding job with those, especially with Luke Lawson. Then you saw the score with Christy Apollonia. Albert, we look at the situation now, even with the North Allegheny loss, they're 3-0. They'd be 3-1, so they get a bye next week. If Seneca Valley wins, they go to 2-2. Central Catholic, they're already done. They're playing a non-conference game. They are 2-2. So the next point is between 1-2 Mount Lebanon and 1-2 Canumac. Someone gets eliminated. So say Canumac wins, then they will go to Seneca Valley, I believe, next week. If Mount Lebanon wins, then I think that they're going to play Seneca Valley
also.
too.
Yeah, if Seneca wins, they're playing one of those two teams.
Yeah.
Because Central beat Seneca Valley straight up, so they'll get the other bye. I'm thinking in the Wild and Willie 6-team 6A.
Well, actually 5 teams.
Oh, 5 teams. Excuse me.
Yeah. NA, Seneca Valley, Central Catholic, Mount Lebanon, and Canumac.
Think about that. I said 6.
One gets eliminated.
I said 6, and that's too many. 5 teams acquired. I cannot figure out this classifications. I know there's a lot of big schools in the East. I know that's why they do it. But, man, it really hurts the WPAL.
Well, wait, here again, I got a question. Hold on here again. Maybe my math is screwed up. NA has to play next week, right? Because there's only 4 teams left out of the 5. You don't get 2 teams get a bye, do you, next week? You only play 1 game, then?
Eddie, your thinking is well thought out.
I mean,
so if somebody's left out. If only 4 teams go.
Yeah.
Then nobody's getting a bye.
Let's see Mount Lebanon wins. And Seneca wins. So it's NA, Seneca, Central Catholic, and Mount Lebanon.
So Seneca's got to play Central Catholic, in other words. That's what they have to play.
Well, that's possible because.
Well, we don't know for sure. We know this.
Well, since Central Catholic beat Seneca Valley, they would be number 2.
Yes.
Seneca Valley beat Mount Lebanon. They'd be number 3. Mount Lebanon would be number 4. So Mount Lebanon comes here, and Seneca Valley would go to Central Catholic.
In our thinking, that's what it should be.
Yes. They told me downstairs, NA gets a bye.
Well, we're going to find out for sure that.
But if it's 6 teams, that would be true.
Yeah, exactly.
But not with 5. 2 teams don't get a bye.
I
The
agree.
second place team doesn't get a bye.
I agree.
All right, here we go. We're ready for the second half. Let's go to football.
NA's kicking off, Eddie. I know this. We're going to find a lot out in this first drive, Eddie. A whole lot. If Seneca Valley scores on this drive, NA's up against it.
You can't believe the number of offensive plays. Man, Seneca Valley's had a lot of offensive plays in that first half.
Well, they're also heading for 500 yards total offense the way they move the ball.
I mean, 34 offensive plays. Here's the kick. Taken deep. Fumbled. Picked up by Lawson.
I don't like that, Eddie. I don't like that jogging stuff coming up there. No way. You take off full blast and get as far up the field as you can.
So he takes it out to the 19-yard line. First and 10 Raiders. And they'll spot it right at the 20. There's a second half underway.
I guess he was taught to read the coverage and then take off.
Yeah, he was looking for something.
I don't want
there.
to read. I want to get as many yards as you can. Try to get to the 25, and then whatever happens, it happens.
I like the old days. We ran the wedge up the middle, and then you let it split it off. Yeah. Okay, power set to the right for the Raiders. The Apollonia there. He's going to lead the way. There's a handoff to Pert. He gets a little crease out to the 24-yard line.
They didn't blow it dead, Eddie.
They didn't. He's still moving.
Wow.
They're now blow it dead at the 24. Pick up a 4.
They're on referees again, Eddie. They let the play go on and on and on like it was rugby. Oh, this is great.
Now they stop it. Now what's the discussion? There's some talk.
Another discussion again.
Where they're spotting the ball. Is at the 24? Is it at the 25?
Oh, no. Here they go again, Eddie. The very first play of the second half, they're having another discussion.
I'm saying the ball's at the 24.
What could they be discussing, Eddie? It was a basic run up the middle.
They're discussing the placement of the football.
You think that's what they are? Oh, my. This crew's going to have sore arms from throwing the flag and sore mouths from talking it over so much. Jeez. What could they be talking about?
More delays here than at Pittsburgh International Airport.
It's the truth. This is unbelievable.
Spot the ball. That's at the 24-yard line.
What could they be talking about? I'd like to have the microphone turned on so they could be saying, Are we going to McDonald's or Burger King tonight? I think that's what they're saying to each other. What else could they be saying?
Well, was there an inadvertent whistle? Now they're saying it was a fumble.
No, they said forward progress was stopped.
I said it was at the 24.
But we knew forward progress was stopped. How
Oh,
come
my
they didn't know
goodness.
forward progress was stopped?
All right, so it's 2nd and 6 out at the 24. Strong set to the right for the Raiders. Hancock's hands off to Pert. Comes across the 25 and up to the 26.
NA has made the adjustment, Eddie. Closing down, slanting inside on these running plays. Good coaching at halftime.
And that's going to lead to Hancock's pulling it out
Yes.
and circling the end.
Right.
He can run. He doesn't do a lot of it, but he can run. So 3rd and 4 for the Raiders at their own 26-yard line. Double slot formation, empty set.
They want the loss of the
Hancock's. Here come the penalty flags.
Boy, not a good start for Seneca Valley. Not a good start.
Illegal procedure. That's going to make it 3rd and 9 and move it back to the 21.
NA's right now saying, okay, boys, let's tackle them in front of the sticks. Give up the 4 yards, tackle them, make them punt the football. So a big-time tackle is needed here because they have not got near Hancock's on the rush, Eddie. The offensive line has blocked their tails off.
He's a load to bring down. 3rd and 9 now for the Raiders, back at their own 21-yard line. Fake, handoff, pump fake, throwing deep, man open, caught, complete, 1st down. Did he hold on to it?
He did not hold on to it.
Okay, wow, that was looked like money in the bank out at the 45-yard line, but when the receiver came down, he could not hold on to the football.
Yeah, he had it till he hit the ground.
I think that was Lawson.
They ran a stop and go, Eddie, on 3rd and 9.
So Lawson back to kick. He'll be standing at his own 5-yard line, and Kyron Boyd at midfield for North Allegheny.
I think I heard a score just come across Mount Lebanon 31-0, Eddie.
Wow.
That's what I thought I heard.
Here comes a pressure, and he gets a kickoff, and he's knocked down. He's not thrown a flag.
No flag called.
And the ball finally downed at the 40 of North Allegheny. And Lawson goes over to the official and says, how come you didn't throw a flag?
Don't bother talking to him, Lawson, because they don't know either. Oh, my gosh. This crew needs a lot of communication skills among each other. Too many discussions on the field. Discussing at halftime, discussing before the game what we're going to do. All right. NAI did their job, Eddie.
Here we go. 1st
their
and
job.
10 for the Tigers at their own 40-yard line. Trip set to the right, split left. Logan Kushner. Here comes a blitz. Here comes the pressure, and here come the flags. Yellow flags everywhere.
That had to be illegal.
Illegal procedure. 1st and 15, back to the 35.
What's interesting, it was on the halfback, Eddie, who it was going to be a pass play, so he didn't have to jump the gun.
Now there used to be a song. There is a song, the Yellow Roses of Texas. This is the yellow flags of high school football.
Yeah, that was on Andrew Gavlik.
1st and 15, handoff, hole, crease, goodbye, Gavlik up the middle, one man to beat. Here he goes, inside the 20, the 15, and bounced out of bounds at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, it's hard to put the champ out, Eddie. They got the stop they needed defensively. They had the big penalty, but they didn't panic on 1st and 15. They said, hey, we wanted to run the ball coming out of the locker room. We're still going to run the football. Let's see what happens.
That 51-yard run 10 times more than they had in the first half. 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 14 of Seneca Valley after that 51-yard bolt by Gavlik.
If you watch closely, if the quarterback is behind the running back, it's a pass. If he's in front of him, usually it's a run.
Snap to Kushner. He drops back, looks, fires, has him complete to Rourke Kennedy, and he's out of bounds, forced out. They're going to spot it right at the 2-yard line.
Boy,
1st and goal.
Was that easy, Eddie?
Yes, wide open.
They went zone. That was way too easy playing zone down there.
1st and goal at the 2. Kushner on a sneak.
He's down to the 1. Down to the 1, Eddie.
They're going to spot it at the 1.
Yep.
I see the one official, Albert. He's staying at the 2-yard line.
Let's see where he's marking.
They're staying at the 2, I believe.
You got that right, Eddie. Good eyesight, Eddie.
2nd and goal at the 2 here in the start of the 3rd quarter. Seneca Valley up 26-14, but the Tigers knocking on the door with 9:10 to go in the 3rd. Kushner. High snap, hands it to Gavlik. No, he's wrapped up and stopped right at the 1-yard line. Now look at this official coming back, Albert. He's saying at the 2 again.
William Craver made a great tackle there. You're talking about a form tackle with strength. They gained nothing on that one, Eddie.
Was that Craver, number 6? Their fullback? He hasn't been in the game at fullback.
That was 39. 39.
All right, it's 3rd and goal at the 2. Kushner's going to take it, hand to Gavlik, and he's dropped at the 1-yard line. 4th and goal. Wow.
Number 13, Jaden Price made that play. Let's see if they run play action. I think they're going to run play action on 4th down here, Eddie. I really believe it. Look for somebody in the flat, Eddie.
I look for those defensive ends that come hard.
Yeah, I think they're going to run a play action pass.
Actually, 4th and goal, Albert. I feel still around the 2-yard line, just inside the 2. They made a half a yard.
Timeout, NA.
On 3 plays.
Timeout, NA.
A half a yard on 3 running plays,
Yeah,
but a 1st and goal at the 2.
They're strong up front, Eddie. That's why I think you have to run a play action pass here. I don't think they can run it in.
And those of you who participated in the 50-50 drawing, we have a winner.
This is huge. Huge here for North Allegheny.
We have a winner. The winning ticket, a purple ticket with the number 294692. Once again, the winning ticket.
Say one thing, Eddie. When you come to these games in 6A,
yeah,
big 50-50s.
Well, when I was coaching down here and we had a big game for the conference championship with North Hills, the 50-50, someone won over $3,000. How much money that was that? The place was packed with fans. So that means they took in a total of around $7,000 or more.
Exactly.
Well, let's see what happens, Albert, if you're correct on some type of play action or
there is no way
you flare it out to the right or the open side of the field.
There is no way they're going to try to run this ball in. I think Art Walker is
well, look, Albert, that ball's still at the 2-yard line.
Yep, no one's moved an inch, so they're going to throw the ball here.
3 running plays, and they got nothing.
Usually, it's a play action pass with the fullback in the flat. Let's see what happens.
Okay, Rourke Kennedy and Anthony Verlotta to the right. Gavlik, the single setback.
They're mixed up here, Eddie.
Kushner under center. He's going to bootleg it to the right. Here comes the pressure, and he's down.
Yeah.
What a defensive play.
Number 2.
Chris Diapologna, the Toledo recruit.
There was
I figured a roll out to the wide side.
Confusion, Eddie. Real confusion there.
Wow. 1st and goal to 2, and zilch for the Tigers. What a defensive stand by the Raiders.
Yeah, Seneca Valley proved to them that they weren't going to run it in. And I'll give Seneca Valley staff, they must have talked to them and say, listen, they can't run it against. They're going to throw the ball here, and they were ready.
Well, that's why I thought they'd come hard off the corners.
Yeah.
Looking at, and not only that, it takes them out of the hole from running in their own end zone. That loss of 10 yards, no, more than that, Albert. That loss of, what was it?
Back from the 2 to
13
16.
yards.
Yeah, There's a hole there this time.
Big hole, close to a 1st down. Sean O'Shea with the burst. Albert, I said the left side and the right side off tackle has been open all night.
Well, they made the adjustment there. They were slanting down. They went outside a little bit on that buck sweep. They ran the same play again, Eddie.
Another 1st down. Out across the
back-to-backers.
30 to the 35.
Eddie, that's one of your favorite things, Eddie.
Repeat the play.
Yeah, repeating plays. If I was Seneca Valley, I keep running until they show me they can stop it.
Big hole. Another first down.
That left side of the offensive line, Eddie, you called it. Boy, are they blocking.
Hancock keeps it this time. He gets the first down. And suddenly now from being up against it on a first and goal at their own 2, the Raiders have it 1st and 10 out at the 46. Big hole up the middle. Combusting through is Pert. No, Sean O'Shea again.
Couple things here, Eddie. They got him on the run right here, running the football. They're snapping the ball quickly.
1st and 10 at the 45.
Another 4-yard gain, Eddie.
Number 7, Sean O'Shea.
Sean O'Shea. They're sticking with the Irishman. It gets it down to the 40. 2nd and 5 at the 40.
Yeah, I would take.
Albert, when you take control of this line of scrimmage, like the Raiders are doing.
Oh,
snap over the head of Hancock. He falls on it, loses it, but recovered by the Raiders, but not before a huge loss from the 40 of NA all the way back to their own 44-yard line.
How about that change the complexion of the game, Eddie? Dominating the play, going right through, and now he got the 3rd and 20-something. Jeez. They'll run the screen.
It's 3rd and 20.
I think they'll run the screen here again, probably, Eddie. There's a screen. It was going to be a screen.
Hancock's rolls. He's going to throw it away. No, he throws it downfield. Is it intercepted?
I think
there
it was
this
intercepted,
fight
Eddie.
for the ball. I thought he was trying to throw it away.
I thought it was intercepted. Nobody knows for sure. Nobody's making a call. No one's making a call. I saw him, but he didn't make it clearly.
Now they're saying incomplete. Holy smokes.
Now it was going to be a screen Apollonia again. They read it. It had to be legal man downfield because it was a screenplay. Had to be legal man downfield. They'll decline it.
I would think so.
Yeah, it had to be. That was a screen pass.
Either way, having coming out from the 2 and that big loss on a sack by D. Apollonia of 13 or 14 yards, just turned everything around. Even though they started their running game, the fumble just killed them. So Lawson back, he's going to punt and kick it away. Boyd back deep for the Tigers.
Our cameraman, Sean, asked why Seneca Valley 6-3. There's an example right there. They're dominating the game, and out of nowhere, the snap goes over the head.
Now, once again, the kicker's knocked down.
No,
flag.
That was acting.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Acting 202, Eddie.
He got bumped and he went down like you tell them to do.
Yeah, acting 202.
All right.
But that
wow.
Those kind of plays right there gives NA a chance to stay in the game, Eddie. Gives them an opportunity. All it takes is one big play, and all of a sudden it's a one-score game.
So they'll have it now 1st and 10, North Allegheny. They'll have it at their own 19-yard line.
Here comes NBC TV again, Eddie.
26-14 of Seneca Valley. 5:43 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And NA in their first possession stormed down the field. 1st and goal to 2. 3 straight running plays. Zilch.
Yes.
And then a rollout on 4th play and a 12-yard, 13-yard sack by the outside linebacker. Chris Apollonia came storming through and sacked Kushner. And a devastating maybe for North Allegheny. Let's see how they respond. Sometimes a series like that takes the wind out of yourself.
Yeah, they read the same thing I did, that they were not going to run the ball in after 3 plays. And the defensive staff, give them credit. They said stay wide for the rollout, the play-action pass. Apollonia did so and got the sack.
Albert, I suspected I said there's a wide side of the field. I'd look for him to roll out that way. And Seneca Valley was looking at it too. I'll guarantee you they get down there again 1st and goal to 2. It's a play action pass on 1st down.
Yes.
Wow, what a way to end our regular season broadcast.
These are 2 good teams here, Eddie.
Very good teams.
Yep.
2 very good teams.
I remember when we had Seneca Valley before, we talked about how good they were. We knew how good they were.
Yes, very talented.
Yep.
They could easily be 9-0.
Yes, they could be.
1st and 10 now, North Allegheny at their own 19-yard line.
Play action pass on first down, Eddie.
And
They have it covered, though. They covered
rolling,
it.
firing downfield. The
Oh,
pass
what
is
a great
complete.
pass.
Out across the 30 to the 32-yard line.
To number 2, I think it was.
That's Anthony Verlotta.
I'll tell you, Seneca Valley had it covered. He just drilled that ball in there. Wow.
Kushner's pass complete to number 2,
Gain.
Anthony Verlotta.
Great pass by Kushner.
Gain of 13 on the play. 1st and 10.
See if they go to the screen
NA.
game, Eddie. I look for a screen. Oh, they jumped offside.
Trip
Here's Seneca
set
Valley
to the
making
left.
mistakes now, Eddie. They're making mistakes.
For the snap, encroachment on the defense, number 63, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
See if they change the call or stay with what they were going before. I thought a screen pass might come up on 1st and 10. We'll see if they stay with it.
Ryan Oak, offside, defensive end. Kushner on a slant.
Kushner's pass
And they say it's complete.
to
Anthony
Anthony Verlotta.
Verlotta, first down.
That's another North Allegheny Tiger first down.
They had the receiver available for the screen. They had a guy releasing deep and a slant. Very good setup for that offensive play.
Gain of 10.
How about
First-
NA's going to the passing game, Eddie?
Yes. 1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 47-yard line. Trip set to the left, split right. Single coverage there. Kushner back. Going to throw to Kyron Boyd. And he's going nowhere. He's going to actually lose a yard on the play.
Number 13 for Seneca Valley, Jaden Price, played off the block and took Boyd down with a screen pass for a loss of 1 or 2 yards.
Loses a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
Logan Kushner's pass complete to number 4, Kyron Boyd, for a loss on the play.
Ball back at the 48-yard line. Double slot formation for the Tigers.
Well, NA's decided to abandon the run. They're going throw city.
Raiders showing blitz. Here comes the outside pressure. Pass over here, tipped over the head of the intended receiver, Kyron Boyd. He just got a hand on it. Now to bring up a 3rd and 11.
NA's throwing a lot of balls into the boundary. That's interesting. They must read something to the wide side of the field. Almost all passes have been close to our side of the field as we sit here to the booth, to the north side of the playing field.
Albert, how fast this 3rd quarter has gone. 4:39 to go here in the 3rd. The Raiders up 26-14 over North Allegheny. Trip set to the right. Here comes the blitz. Here comes the pressure.
They got
They're
him.
going to get him. And they're going to drop him for a loss all the way back at the 37-yard line.
It was Border again, who's right now our player of the game, Eddie.
Yes, a loss
What a
of
game he's played.
tremendous. A loss of 9 on the play. He got some good help up front too. They just pushed everyone back.
Yeah, number 3 was in on that play too, Aiden Lazick, and I thought it was a great defensive call. They said we're not going to let him sit back there. We're going to go after him, and Border blitzed him and got him.
All right, Lawson standing back at his own 30-yard line. Rourke Kennedy with the punt. It's off a good high long kick. Lawson takes it at his own 25-yard line.
Great job by Lawson having confidence back there to catch the bat football. I like that.
1st and 10 for the Raiders at their own 25-yard line. 3:58 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
All right, Eddie, I was going to say it last time. They snapped the ball before I could say it. When you got a 12-point lead in the 3rd quarter, quit snapping the ball within 7 seconds.
Right.
It drives me nuts.
we'd
Seneca
always-
Valley coach should be saying, listen,
Yeah.
take it down to 33 seconds. There's no reason to snap the ball fast.
Well, we used to have a guy stand there with a stopwatch and right next to the coach, and then he'd signal with like 7 or 8 seconds.
Now,
Go.
Yeah, there's no reason. They're playing like they're losing.
Right.
Don't snap the ball so fast.
Now, you want to win a game. You've been showing your dominance with your outstanding offensive line and your running attack.
They have dominated.
You want to put a cruncher to it. Eat up the clock and run the ball and just
even if you don't score, you drive it out to the 50-yard line.
You break their will.
And the quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Right now it's It's ball possession, making first downs. First downs are like touchdowns, right? You have a 12-point lead at this moment.
Now, you just look at NA's offense. They play 6 seniors, 5 juniors, a sophomore. And Seneca Valley's defense, 10 seniors they play and 4 juniors they work in there. And now the Seneca Valley offense, they have 9 seniors that they start. Here they go. Set to the right. Hancock's hands off. No, it's a pitch back to him. He wants to throw deep downfield, and it's intercepted. Wow.
Eddie.
I'm not
Eddie.
sure I understand that
Eddie.
play.
When I say Eddie 3 times, you know what that means, don't you?
Yep.
That is not a football win. You don't need that play. Eddie, what would be the reason to run that play when you got a 12-point lead?
And not the way you've been running the football
there
either.
is none. Zero reason. My goodness gracious alive. I'm not in the huddle on practice day. I'm not in the huddle on what's going on down there right now. But I have
watched what's transpired here.
Football.
With their running game has been terrific.
There's nothing wrong with getting a first down. Trying to get a first down. You don't need a touchdown.
No, they have 150 or 60 yards rushing in the game. So now turn it back
man.
over to North Allegheny. Their second turner. Here's a crack off the right side by Gavlik, and he gets it out across the 50 and down to the 47-yard line.
See, what that did was they kept and they had opportunity to regroup and say, hey,
right,
we have a lot of time here. Let's run the ball. If they took 5 minutes off, they wouldn't give any chance to run the ball.
You don't give your defense a chance to rest. They're right there back on defense.
No question.
Gain of 7, second and 3.
None.
Gavlik gets a first down and more and breaks through, finds a huge hole. And they give credit to this North Allegheny offensive line. What a good job they've been doing.
And the offensive line said, watch us now, baby. We'll take over this game. You give us second wind, watch what we can do.
Gain of 17 for Gavlik, who's been strong here in this third quarter. 1st and 10 at the 30. And that sophomore leading the charge for North Allegheny at center, Jack Yatchenko. And we'll get the rest of that offensive line. 1st and 10 at the 30. Kushner hands off to Gavlik, and he's stuffed right there. No gain on the play. He's going to lose a yard even.
And number 3, Andrew Gavlik. Stopped by number 50 of Seneca Valley, Lucas Lambert.
Lucas Lambert in there in the tackle.
Nice play by Lucas.
Those guards, Chase Rodak and Sam Lechner in the tackles, Cameron Chimura and Abdullah Dowd for North Allegheny. They get their propers for what they've done here in this third quarter.
No doubt. Was that a Seneca Valley timeout?
2:46 to go.
Oh, no, it's an injury timeout. No, it's an injury timeout. I'm sorry. It's an injury timeout.
Albert, I remember my old high school coach, the late, great Paul Red Yorm, who went on to coach for the Steelers. He always said, don't out-coach yourself.
They just did it.
Yeah, don't out-coach yourself.
Yeah. The oldest line in the world that's been around for 80 years is KISS.
Yeah.
Keep it simple, stupid.
And the great Lindy Lara.
Geez, oh man.
Great Lindy Lara would say, I gained 8 yards off right tackle. I'm coming back, tackle.
Yeah, I know that.
He said, once I find lunch meat, I'm going to keep grinding it.
It'd be different if Seneca Valley was not moving the ball on the ground.
Right.
I'm calling them out on that one. I am. Jeez.
We're not second guessing. We're just seeing it as it is.
I'm first guessing.
We're just seeing it as it is.
What did I just say before they got the ball? I said, let's just drive the ball to the 50.
Right.
Take 3 minutes off the clock and punt it. That's fine.
2nd and 11 for the Tigers at the 31 of North Allegheny. 2:32 to go here in the third. Here comes the pressure.
He missed them.
Kushner gets away, has a man open, complete, stumps it over the middle, complete, and another first down for North Allegheny. Oh, that's Tyree Alu who comes in out of the backfield to pick up that 1st and 10.
Eddie, there was a missed tackle on that play, and you know what happens? You get tired, come back on the field right away. Missed tackles, that's what happens.
Gain of 14 on the play, 1st and 10. Out to 17. Gavlik, huge hole, right side, squares it off. And down to the 5-yard line, 1st and goal. Albert, what a nice thing. He took that ball, he planted that right foot, turned those shoulders upfield, squared off, and he was sailing through. Here we go, 1st and goal
running back. See
at the 5 for the Tigers. They've been there before.
Yeah, they have been.
First and goal to 2, and they got stuffed.
They really spread them out this time, Eddie. Really spread them out. They're all the way across the field.
Snap to Kushner. Hand to Gavlik. And stuffed right there at the line of scrimmage. He may have lost a yard on a play.
I think so, Eddie.
Second and goal.
Well, Seneca Valley's saying they've been here before. We stopped them. Let's do it again.
Second and goal at the 5.
They tried to spread them out that time and run it, Eddie. Now, I'll be shocked if they run the football again here, Eddie. I think they have to throw it. And I'm not talking about play action either. Just
throw it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right, Gavlik shifts to the right. Kushner back, standing at the 10. Here comes motion with Lyon. He's going to get it on the sweep. He's going to pitch it back.
He's going in.
He's got it at the corner. And it's Kyron Boyd for the touchdown.
Great call.
They did a little tersicery there.
Great call by Art Walker. He knew he couldn't run right at him. But instead of throwing it, he set him up with a big-time reverse. We got a ball game, Eddie.
So here, NA, 57 seconds to go here in the third, and they're on the board.
We have a ball game now.
Nick Van Winkle on to attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and he booms it through.
With 57 seconds remaining in the third quarter, the Seneca Valley Raiders still lead at 26-21 now. Over the
26-21.
Pat Narduzzi, before the game, Eddie and I were talking, he made a statement that we should be undefeated.
We are undefeated,
We are undefeated.
he said.
The only team that's won is we beat ourselves. Eddie, I'm seeing it with my own eyes here tonight. Snap over the head of the quarterback when they were dominating line of scrimmage, and then an ill-conceived flea flicker has turned this game completely around.
Yeah, he handed it to Pert, who turned around and pitched it back to him. But once again, the coverage downfield was great coverage by the Raiders, and I'm not sure if or by the Tigers. Was that Bird?
Yeah, but here's the reason why.
Boyd, I mean, on the
they play
interception.
They play man-to-man in the secondary. He's not even looking in at the backfield, seeing what's going on. So he just ran with the receiver. If you play zone, that's when play action, those kind of trick plays work.
55 yards in 7 plays for North Allegheny. Well, that shows you their resolve. They were not daunted by being stuffed down on the goal line and that goal line stand by the Raiders. That turnover just gave them so much more life.
Yeah, that good plan of having something ready down there when.
Van Winkle's kick taken by the up back. That's Pert. And he comes across. Does he fumble the football?
He
does.
He fumbled, Eddie. See what happens.
That would be their, 4th turnover here tonight? No, they have
recovered it. Woo.
Wow.
Woo,
wow.
That was scary, Eddie, for Seneca Valley.
The ball was recovered by Seneca Valley.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
1st and 10 for the Raiders.
See if Seneca Valley get their composure back, Eddie. And their coaching staff get their composure back.
1st and 10, Seneca Valley at their own 34-yard line. They lead 26-21, but it's kind of a shaky lead right now. 48 seconds to go in the third.
I think the offensive line is using the old Eddie Cody head coach. Let us dominate the game. Let's run the football here. I don't know if they will, but I think that's what they're saying.
2 turnovers have led to 14 North Allegheny points. Hancock keeps it off the left side, and he's going nowhere.
From the backside, Eddie.
No gain on a play.
Great big play by number 67.
Up in the backfield, number 67, Abdullah Daru.
No gain on a play. 2nd and 10.
Abdullah, what a back play from the backside.
And look, Sean O'Shea kind of limping off the field.
Yes, he is. That means Pert will be back in the lineup.
Pert is back in. I mean, there's only one reason why their leading rusher, Wyatt Craver, is not played here tonight, and that's obviously he has to be injured. So clock running down to 25 seconds to go. 2 receivers split left for the Raiders. Now they shift around. The Apollonia back at fullback. Hand off to Pert off the left side. He gets a crease and a hole, bumps off one tackler, then another, and a first down for the Raiders. Out at the 46-yard line. A gain of 12.
What blocking by the offensive line. They just lined up and said, we're going to run it. Can you believe it? They went in I formation and said, we're going to run it. Wow.
That's the end of the third quarter of play with the score. Seneca Valley 26 and North Allegheny 21.
Well, we got a barn burner now, Eddie.
Well, Albert, you know, you do little kids, you play peekaboo with them and they go, again, again, run it again,
Yeah,
again.
They haven't proved they can stop it yet.
Hey.
From the backside.
You know who
NA
does that?
got it.
You know what NFL team does that again and again?
Atlanta.
The Eagles.
I know Atlanta does. They run the ball more than
the
anybody
Eagles do it
football.
again and again. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with fourth quarter action after this. Fourth quarter action. This one up for grabs. The Raiders trying to secure a playoff spot. And North Allegheny Tigers trying to go unblemished in winning the conference. We get some stats here at the end of the third quarter of play. We give you at least total yards. Hey, Albert, look at NA's closed the gap. 307 total yards for Seneca Valley, 254 for North Allegheny.
Well, there's a reason. Seneca Valley snapped the ball over the quarterback's head, and then they gave the ball up on first down. They haven't had the ball.
Yeah, they had what, 260 some yards
yes.
at the half. And NA only had like 140 at the half. First and 10 at their own 46-yard line for Seneca Valley as we start this fourth quarter play. The Raiders up by 5, 26-21.
NA
Hancock.
has eight in the box, Eddie. NA had 8 in the box there.
Hancock gets it.
There was no ways to run. They were in a goal line defense there, Eddie. They had 8 in the box. At that point, the quarterback has to pull it, either run it himself or throw it.
No gain on the play. Second and 10. Sweep to the right.
Hole on that one, Eddie.
Pert
Hole on that
down
one.
the sideline. Breaks through. First down. Seneca Valley. This kid's been phenomenal. Haven't seen him all year.
The line's been great.
Oh, the
He didn't
line's
get
been
touched. It was
phenomenal.
5 yards down the field.
First and 10. That gain down to the 41 of North Allegheny. There's Pert off the right side.
That's
Breaks a tackle.
Hancock's,
Then
Eddie.
another.
That was Hancock's the quarterback.
Hancock keeps it. Okay. Good chemistry there on a run-pass option. And he gets another first down.
They're just going to run the football right now. They're tight in there, Eddie boy. 8-man against an 8-man box. No, it's 7-man box now. But they're out of the goal line.
Down to the 29-yard line.
There it is again.
Hancock's on a keeper again. Picks up 4 on a play. Second and 6.
See if they kick that extra point, but I said kick it and they could get a field goal here.
Nothing there. Nothing there in that play. Loss of yards.
Wayne Pert brought down in the
Pert.
backfield by number 48, Aiden Buggy.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 9. Loss of 3 on a play.
Somebody has to leave the game, Eddie. I don't know, maybe a helmet come off or something.
Well, he's coming off his chin straps flopping. All right, 3rd and 9 for the Raiders at the 29 of North Allegheny. Shift to the right. Hancock's fakes, backs, throws down the middle, and too far for his intended receiver. Incomplete. And that'll bring up a 4th and 9.
They keep trying to attack Boyd, who I think is their best defensive back. I would go the other
And
way.
his coverage has been
Yeah,
great.
I would go the other route. I go to the left side here and get the ball. I go to Lawson. I would definitely go to Lawson.
Well, they're going to go for it. 4th and 9 at the North Allegheny 29.
Yeah, they have to.
Double slot formation. Over here to the left, you have Leitchik and Lawson.
Yeah, I would go to Lawson on a quick slant, Eddie.
Wetzel to the right.
I'll go to Lawson
Hancock,
on the slant.
pressure. He's going to hit. He fumbles the football, and the Tigers have it at their own 37-yard line.
Big play by Daniel Sellers. Daniel Sellers, big play, Eddie.
Boy, Sellers has been strong defensively tonight for the Tigers. That's a huge play.
They were going to Lawson, but the protection broke down. NA's making big plays right now, Eddie. Boy, they stepping up. Let's see if Seneca Valley has one more step up here.
10:22 to go here in the fourth quarter play.
Lots of time, Eddie.
North Allegheny 3-0 in section play. Seneca Valley 1-2.
Last time NA said we're going to run the ball down your throat, and they've been doing it. Let's see if they stay with the run, Eddie.
I formation.
Yep, they did stay with the run.
Kushner gives to the up back.
Nice gain.
48. Aiden Buggy on the carry.
5 or 6 yards on first down.
Tackle made by 50, Lucas Lambert of Seneca Valley.
Aiden Buggy on the carry.
2nd down and 5 for the Tigers.
2nd and 5 for North Allegheny.
NA's saying, I'm going to take our book. We're going to pretend with our book we're going to run the football too. Jeez.
Yeah, their line has done a great job here in the
Seneca Valley
second
jump
half.
offside again. Boy, they killing themselves, huh?
First down.
First down, NA.
5-yard penalty. The result of that will be a first down.
And that's another North Allegheny Tiger first down.
Composure here, Seneca Valley. NA just believes they're going to do something special here. Seneca Valley has to come up with a big play. Let's see what happens, Ed. It's turned into quite a finish here.
Trip set to the right. Split end left. Kushner. High snap. Hands off. Gavlik. He fumbles the ball.
See what the
Is
call
he
is
saying
there, Eddie.
already down?
I think they're saying he was down, Eddie.
We going to instant replay?
They said he was down.
Number 3, Andrew Gavlik, the ball carrier for North Allegheny.
Because we definitely saw the ball come out. We just didn't know when it came out.
Chris Diapolian.
Second and about 6, Eddie, about right now.
I'd say 2nd and 7.
See if they stay on the ground. No, it's a pass.
Kushner throwing deep down the right sideline for. And what a great leaping catch and reception. Karen Boyd.
They have a lot of confidence in him, Eddie. They throw it up with.
Excuse me. Kyron Boyd made that reception.
Yeah.
Not Karen, I'm sorry. At the 11-yard line.
Jaden Price had very good coverage, too.
Gain of 48. 38 on that play. Gavlik, and he's going to be stopped right there by Lysik.
He was trying to pull
At
the
the
ball
10.
out, too, Eddie.
Met by number 3.
How much time? 8:27, down 5 with a good kicker they have. It'd be interesting if it's 4-down territory or they kick the field goal.
Yes.
We'll see.
2nd and 10, no gain on the play. Ball at the 11-yard line. Trip set to the right. Split end left. That's Boyd to the left, getting single coverage. Here comes the pressure, the blitz. There's a lob into the end zone. And they're going to get pass interference.
They called interference, Eddie.
Yep. Half the distance, 1st and goal.
Boyd had a great release, beat him right off the line of scrimmage. He was open right up from the get-go.
I thought maybe they were going to run a slant, Albert. That slant looked open, too.
He had inside leverage on him, so I think that's what they read.
What was the call?
Pass interference, Eddie. They'll
Yeah.
take it half the distance.
Half the distance.
Yeah.
All right.
They've not been able to run it in from here all night. Let's see if they can run it in from here tonight. They had to go to a trick play last time, remember, Eddie?
So it's 2nd and 4.
They ran fake trick play this time.
And it's going to be touchdown. Evan Lyon.
They ran the fake trick play that time.
Evan Lyon on the score.
And they fought all the way back. I guess that's why they're undefeated. Now let's see what Seneca Valley can do.
They take the lead. So this score coming at the 7:47 mark of the 4th quarter.
What a comeback by NA, huh?
Evan Lyon on that. Are you going to give him credit for a 6-yard run? Walking off the field with one of the offensive linemen.
In the biggest game of the night, Al Clip was taking a 10-point lead over Central Valley.
Wow. That's maybe an equipment problem with Abdullah Dowd. But it's 27-26. North Allegheny, they were down 13-0, down 26-13, and due to turnovers and miscues, they've come storming back. They've taken advantage of them. They have 2 touchdowns by way of turnovers, and it looks like they may have 3 touchdowns by way of turnovers.
After the touchdown, unsportsmanlike conduct on the scoring team, number 67.
Oh, my God.
So it's on the offensive tackle.
Why do they have to keep doing this? Why?
This is number 67's first unsportsmanlike towards disqualification.
65 yards in 7 plays. So is this going to be, why aren't they being penalized on the extra point? I don't get it. They penalized Seneca Valley, didn't they, before for that?
Yeah, they're going to do it on the kickoff. That's why, I think.
No, coming up short, Gavlik on a nice open field tackle, defensive effort by North Alleghany's, or excuse me, Seneca Valley's. Brandon Page making that key stop, which means the field goal could win it.
They'll have to get close. It looked like the kicker for Seneca Valley can only kick it from 15 yards in. So they'll probably be kicking off from the.
So, Albert, great remember, I think 3 turnovers, 3 North Allegheny touchdowns.
Yes.
They've converted.
Oh, no. There's a truism tonight that Seneca Valley beat if they lose this game. And they had to take it, had to do their thing, but Seneca Valley let them back in this game.
Yeah, I agree, but 100%.
They're kicking off from the 25 now, Eddie.
25.
Yeah. So Seneca Valley will have a really good field position.
All right, Luke Lawson,
he
he's deep in the middle, and he's very capable of getting a good return.
Oh, Luke is capable of taking the house.
7:47, and they also have a good kicker, do the Raiders.
All right, let's see what Seneca Valley's made of here. They're really facing an uphill battle here. They're getting the ball. They should have good field position.
I'm running out of stat paper. There's the boot.
Up to the 40-yard line, Eddie.
That was Pert on the return.
Tackle made by number 20.
7:40 to go here in the ball game. North Allegheny on top, 27-26.
Let's see what Seneca Valley has confidence in, their running game or passing game. We'll find out right here, Eddie.
Valley Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard.
Well, yeah, plenty of time.
Oh, yeah, plenty of time, no doubt.
There's O'Shea off the right side. He's going to
Good
get
gain, Eddie.
6 yards.
7, Sean O'Shea. Carry.
I was on the Seneca Valley staff before, now I'll give them credit. They didn't panic. They said, hey, we're gonna stay with what got us here.
2nd and 4. And a short Graham Hancock's on a carry. He's going to get just a yard. So it's going to bring up third.
Third and 3. That's
third
still.
and 3.
Just keep going forward. That's all right. I don't like going wide, though, Eddie. They went wide.
Nothing. They lose on a play.
Didn't like going wide, Eddie.
Brings up a 4th and 5.
Did
A
not
loss
like
back
going
to the
wide.
45-yard line. Now they have to kick it away with the clock running, 6:30 to go. Evan Lyon back deep for the Tigers. Here's Lawson's kick, high wobbly kick. Lyon is going to let it bounce, and it will be down by Seneca Valley at the 32 of NA.
All right. NA will take over on the 32-yard line with 6:10 left on the clock. They'll try to run the clock down, try to milk it as long as they can. Seneca Valley's going to try to pull the ball out on defense. We've been a lot of barn burners between these in this league, Eddie.
And the difference in the game, 3 turnovers for
Yes.
Seneca Valley and no turnovers for
Yes.
North Allegheny.
Oh, no question.
1st and 10 to Tigers at their own 32-yard line. Trip set to the left. Evan Lyon split wide right. It's a handoff to Gavlik. Gets some nice momentum. Comes up over the 35 and out to the 37-yard line to pick up a 5.
Seneca Valley has to put more guys in the box, Eddie. I'll be shocked if Eddie wants to throw the ball. They were playing shell defense that time. Get an extra safety up in there. Bring your safety up.
Yeah, you're gonna have to gamble a little bit on this.
Not gamble. I wouldn't call it gamble. Just put
I
extra
mean,
guy in the box.
I agree. You got to put more guys up around the box.
No question.
The linebackers are backed off a good.
Same thing again. They got two back safeties. You don't want 2 deep safeties.
Here's Gavlik, left side, and he's stacked up immediately. No gain on a play. They'll bring up a 3rd. Maybe give him a yard. Give him a yard.
Devin Webb has played a great game on defense for Seneca Valley.
Yeah, actually, they give him 2 yards. 3rd and 3.
Now, you used the word gamble before, Eddie.
Yeah.
There is no doubt I gamble here. I bring the house. I dare NA to throw the ball here. I dare him to throw the ball.
3rd and 3 for North Allegheny at their own 39. Rourke Kennedy split wide to the right. Hand off to Gavlik. He stopped. Oh,
Good
they
coaching
did.
by Seneca Valley.
It's amazing he held on to the ball.
Great. They brought TJ Border. Great coaching move by Seneca Valley.
He loses 2 on a play.
What we try to do is call it like we see it, and I still call it the blunder of the trick play. But right there, that was great coaching.
Actually, he loses 3 on a play.
They're playing safe here. They're keeping their defense on the field, Eddie.
Lawson back deep.
Oh, they moved.
Clock running, 4:13.
They missed it.
High snap. And now he keeps it. He almost had it blocked. And out of trouble, a 1st down for
Eddie.
Rourke Kennedy.
That was not called, Eddie. Number 3 was going to block that
I missed
punt.
it.
Number 3 was going to block that punt for Seneca Valley. He pulled it down because he saw the punt block was going to happen. Sometimes you're going to be lucky than good, Eddie.
And there's an athlete for you. He's one of your wide receivers.
Sometimes you're going to be lucky than good.
Rourke Kennedy, very savvy play. And that may be the difference here with 4 minutes to go
Yeah, Aiden
in the
Lazek
game.
was going to block that punt. It was a high snap. He came through free.
Yeah, and he picks up the 1st down
gotta
from the
give
30
Rourke Kennedy
out
all
to the
his due. They said,
45-yard line.
I got to be a playmaker here. This is going to be blocked.
Huge. Yeah, and it appeared to be a false start
What
by
a great
NA.
call by our cameraman there that we talked about it. They definitely missed a false start by NA on that.
Hand off
no
to the
question.
48, Aiden Buggy.
Wow, was that a great call.
hand off to the up back.
Tackle made by number 3, Aiden Meisel.
Seneca Valley's going to be calling in the WPL on that one, Eddie. The right guard moved. Seneca Valley pointed at him 3 times.
Aiden Bogey, the up back, 1 yard on the play. Second and 9.
Still have enough time. May have to use their timeouts. We'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
clock down to 3:30, 3:20 to go. Kushner back. He wants a throw. Scrambles to his left.
They
Gets
got
some
that
running
covered.
room, and then they come
Is he
up
going out of
quickly and
bounds or
covering.
not? No, he stayed in bounds.
Number
Give the
7.
kid
He
credit.
stayed in bounds,
Scramble.
and no gain on a play.
He stayed in bounds.
So 3rd and 9.
Will bring up 3rd down for the Tigers.
See if Art Walker, what he does here. Does he run a screen? Does he run a draw? Does he throw the ball down the field? We'll see what he's thinking here with putting the ball in Kushner's hands.
Rourke Kennedy, Anthony Verlotta, and Evan Lyne split wide to the right, and the single receiver to the left is Boyd. Gavlik to setback. Clock running down to 2:40.
It's going to be a
Kushner back to throw. Here comes the pressure.
the screen.
He's going to dump it off, and no one there.
They covered it.
Clock stops. 2:34 to go. Good pressure coming through for the Raiders.
That'll bring up 4th down.
Logan Armstrong coming through on that charge, and now Rourke Kennedy will have to punt it away. He's standing back at his own 32-yard line.
Yeah, the screen for Andrew Gavlik was the call. Oh, straight up in the air, Eddie. Straight up.
And it gets
Got
a
a little
bit
bit
of
of
a bounce,
Yeah.
and it'll be down at the 34, 33-yard line.
Wasn't it here that Seneca Valley, was it here Seneca Valley came back and won that game, or was it Seneca Valley when they made that great comeback, Eddie?
Yep,
Was
I
it
agree.
Here, or was it at Seneca Valley? I don't
Yep.
remember.
That was at Seneca
It was at
Valley
Seneca,
last
okay,
year
last
against
year.
Pine Richard
Oh,
in the
that was Pine
opener.
Richard. Okay, that was Pine
In the
Richard.
opener.
Thank you.
When Graham Hancock hit the winning
Yeah, they came all
touchdown
the way
pass
back, yes.
with 20 seconds left for a 25-21 win.
You know Seneca Valley has the power to do it.
Well, we'll see here. 2:22 to go. They have a 1st and 10 at their own 33.
They're going no
Trip
back
set to the right.
See how the offensive line holds up here, Eddie.
Hancock fires. Complete out here to Pert.
Good gain on
Number
1st
1,
down.
Wayne Pert on the reception from number 5, Graham Hancock.
Very good throw on 1st down. Very nice play.
Picks up 9, 2nd and 1. Out at the 41. Hancock fires over the middle, complete for the 1st down. And going out of bounds at the 48.
That was Lawson.
Lawson.
Well, 2 short passes got him in the territory. They got plenty of time.
I'd say that for a chance for the field goal, they have to get to the 20.
I think they have to get inside the 15-yard line. I've watched them kick all night.
Hancock's back, fires, throws it into a crowd, no
They
gain.
caught it. That would have better been incomplete. Eddie.
He'd have been better off throwing that one away.
That would have been better than incomplete,
Number
yes.
11, Luke Lawson.
Hey, at some point, Albert, you got to take some shots downfield.
They got enough time, though. They got enough time.
Loss of 4 on a play, 2nd and 14. Ball back at their own 49. Hancock's back. Here comes the pressure. He gets rid of it.
He's out of bounds, Eddie.
He's ruled out of bounds. That was a great effort
Good
by
throw,
Luke
good
Lawson.
Luke Lawson incomplete.
3rd and 14. Clock stops, 1:27 to go.
Boy, does Daniel Sellers rush the passer or what? He comes hard every play.
Sellers, the left defensive end, has had a brilliant
Yes.
game defensively
He does come
for
hard.
the Tigers. That whole front 4, Albert, for North Allegheny, they are young.
Here comes the
They're
crowd.
all back next year.
How about that? Here comes the crowd, Eddie.
Here we go. 3rd and 14. 1:27 to go. Seneca Valley down by 1. Hancock's back. Here comes the pressure, and he's getting sacked. Huge loss. All the way back to his own 37-yard line. A loss of 12. 4th and 26.
Number 8, made a big play. Tyree Alua. What a play by Tyree.
And I believe that's his father plays for the Steelers, Tyree Alu.
How about that?
Yeah.
How about the genetics on that one, Eddie?
No, huge play. Now 4th and 26 for Seneca Valley.
Well, wow.
Albert, I thought when the Tigers were stuffed on the 1st and goal at the 2 with Seneca Valley in the 3rd quarter that was a huge play, huge turnaround, momentum swinger, but then they gave it right back to them on that interception.
Yeah, they did that trick play. Come back.
They're going to look at this game tonight if they lose Seneca Valley. 3 turnovers leading to 21 points.
Big mistakes. As I'm watching this game, now it comes down to this play. Seneca Valley's a playoff team. That's what hurts. They're a playoff team. Let's see if they can pull. Let's see if they can pull a big play here. One thing, you have to throw it past the sticks.
Yes, you have to take a shot downfield.
See if they can make a big play here. Timeout, NA.
Well, they're down 27-26. Seneca Valley. Last week they lost 28-25 on a kickoff return.
Remember that?
So 4 points of difference, and they'd be sitting on top of the pack.
That's how good a team they are. Yes, that's how good a team they have.
Number 4, Kyron Boyd. Kyron Boyd on the night.
We'll be right back.
Touchdown, the key interception.
1:19 to go on a 4th and 26 for Seneca Valley. At their own 37-yard line. They're down by 1. Hancock's back, looks, and his pass is tipped at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to do it. What a comeback for the Tigers.
How many timeouts they have left, Eddie,
I think Seneca Valley has 2.
Okay. I think that play was made by number 67.
Well,
I
know I said what a comeback. It's not over.
Right.
A couple timeouts, but this ball.
Wow.
They're
it's
going
heartbreaking. That's what it is for Seneca Valley.
If they do get it back with a couple timeouts, with what they'll have 40 seconds.
What's the score right now? 27-26.
26.
Eddie, I'd let them score. I'm not kidding. I'd let them score a touchdown. I said let them run it in. I'd let them run it in.
There's Gavlik off the right side.
Andrew Gavlik on the carry.
Gets 3 yards. Timeout. That's Seneca Valley's second. They have 1 left.
Yeah, I had different thoughts than them. I'd want the ball back in my hands, at least with a chance to win. With this, they'll call timeout here. They'll run 40 seconds down to 30 seconds. Punt it. They'll have the ball inside their own 10-yard line with 18 seconds left. I'd rather go the other way.
Schedule is right around the corner, beginning on November.
Minute 8 to go. One more timeout.
Website athletics.northallegheny.org for a complete list of schedules for each team for the upcoming winter season. And the final score from Canon McMillan, Mount Lebanon has defeated the Canon Big Macs by a score of 31-0.
So I think Canon lost 31-0 to Mount Lebanon. So I think even with this loss, I think Seneca Valley gets in because they beat Mount Lebanon.
Boy, I hope that's true.
I think so.
Boy, Eddie, I'd be so happy with Seneca Valley.
Yeah.
Because I know how good a team they have.
Boy, you talk about. I mean, it's had some tough losses, but hey, when you turn the ball over 3 times, you give credit for North Allegheny how they took advantage of it, and when things looked really
bleak. It was bleak.
It looked bleak for them,
Yes.
and they were stuffed at the goal line on the 1st and goal to 2, and came away with no points. And then the play of the game, that flea flicker, the handoff to Pert, flipped it back to Hancox, who threw the interception. And ever since that, this game is the complexion of this game has changed completely.
When I am talking to the Seneca Valley staff, they know way more than I know. I made millions of mistakes coaching, Eddie. Millions.
Oh, haven't we all?
You understand? I hope they learn from that one and say, listen, when you have a 12-point lead, you have the momentum going, don't give it back.
Yeah, and you had your running game clicking.
Oh, yeah. It'd be different if they couldn't get a first down. They were moving the ball.
They were moving the ball with Pert and even Hancox on some keepers at times. So here we go, minute 2 to go. Kushner going to hand off left side to Gavlik, and he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Oh, another flag, Eddie.
If that's on Seneca.
Somebody made a bad decision in the secondary. A very bad decision. The game's over now, Eddie.
Yeah.
That was not smart at all. Oh, my gosh.
Personal foul. 15-yard penalty, and that will be it. That'll be the ball game. 1st and 10 for North Allegheny at the 18-yard line, and all they have to do is take a knee. They're in the victory formation.
Game's over, Eddie.
Yeah, the game's over.
Yeah. It's hard to believe they lost this game.
Yeah.
What a win for NA. You always got to give the winning team credit. They stuck in there and stayed with their guns. I sure hope Seneca Valley gets to the playoffs. That's all I want.
Yep, that's the end of the ball game, and North Allegheny is going to go to 9-1. Their only loss to Pine Richland. They go 4-0 to win the conference championship. Seneca Valley drops to 6-4, 1-3 in conference play, and we'll see what comes out of it. But I think, I don't know how they're going to do it, because Canamac beat Seneca Valley, but Seneca Valley beat Mount Lebanon, who beat Canamac. So I guess you go back to the old ancient Gardner points.
Right, how's it work?
You might have to do that.
I wish I knew, because I'm hoping Seneca Valley gets in it. Because I'm going to make a call right now, Eddie. If Seneca Valley gets in it, I truly believe they can win the WPL championship.
Yeah, they're going to have to clean up. They're going to have to clean up some of these mistakes that they made,
you can see their talent level.
Yeah, last week a kickoff return did them in, and the kickoff return did them in last week. 3 turnovers did them in here tonight. Let's go back and look at the scoring in the first quarter. Seneca Valley started hot. They scored on a 45-yard touchdown pass from Graham Hancox to Luke Lawson, 45 yards. Adams, the kicker, was 7-0, 83 yards in 6 plays. That score came at the 7:41 mark of the first quarter. Then Seneca Valley came right back. Graham Hancox on a 4-yard run. The extra point failed following a penalty. It was actually a 35 extra point attempt. 13-0, 63 yards in 8 plays for the Raiders. And then with 6 seconds to go in the first quarter, NA got on the board. Andrew Gavlik on a 2-yard run. Van Winkle with the extra point, 13-7, 67 yards in 8 plays for the Tigers. NA came right back at the 10:40 mark of the second quarter, following a turnover by Seneca Valley on a fumbled kickoff return. They then went 37 yards, 4 plays, a 9-yard TD pass from Kushner to Boyd. Van Winkle the extra point. It was 14-13 in favor of North Allegheny. And then Seneca Valley, they came right back at the 7:33 mark of that quarter, 64 yards in 11 plays. Hancock's a 1-yard run, a 2-point conversion failed. It was 19-14. And then Seneca Valley at the 2:09 mark of that second quarter, Hancock's to D. Apollonia, 34-yard touchdown pass. Adams a kick, 26-14 at the half, and the Raiders looked in control. The stats were completely in their favor. They held North Allegheny to just 5 yards rushing there in the first half. Then the third quarter, NA, with 57 seconds left, Kyron Boyd on a 5-yard run, a nice little reverse play. Van Winkle the extra point, 26-21, 55 yards in 7 plays. And then another turnover in the fourth quarter by Seneca Valley. And North Allegheny scored the winning points at the 7:47 mark on a 6-yard touchdown run by Evan Lyons, 65 yards, 7 plays, and a 2-point attempt failed. It was 27-26, and that was it. After that, the North Allegheny defense came up big and stuffed the Raiders.
Well, I have to give NA credit in the second half. They held them scoreless.
Yes.
So, I've been talking a lot about Seneca Valley. Let's give kudos to NA's defense of staff and defensive players for holding them scoreless in the second half.
And held them to 71 yards in the second half, shut them out.
Got to give them kudos.
So Seneca Valley finishes with 334 total yards. North Allegheny finishes with 324 yards. And you look at those rush yards in the first half, NA only had 5.
Right.
They finished with 106. And Seneca Valley, they only had like 30 yards rushing in the second half. So that does it here.
Right, Eddie?
We'll get ready for the playoffs. Final score once again, North Allegheny 27, Seneca Valley 26. On behalf of my sidekick here, Albert Campman, the Tiger, and our producer, Seth Prentice, this is Ed Cody wishing you a good night from North Allegheny High School.
From high school sports to community events and beyond, you can find all of your favorite local shows on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
Hi, I'm Tricia from the Butler Buzz. You can watch my show or other local programming like Up for Adoption or Hunting Nostalgia, only on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
Check us out right now on Channel 100 or search Armstrong Neighborhood Channel on YouTube for playlists and much more. Spirit, town pride, community. This is the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.